Are we starting? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is an unprompted stream? Oh my goodness. We're about to start a stream. What's gonna happen? Let's get the restream up. We're gonna get the restream up. Let everybody know I'm streaming live. All right, hold on a sec. Add everyone. All right. Hell yeah. Looks like we got 50 is already in. Hello, 50. Hello. Hello. Just give me a moment. I'm just getting some food. Well, I'm sorry. No, not food. A drink. Just getting something to drink. I'm going to start up my game. We're just going to play some games and hopefully get some calls in. It'd be pretty cool if we get some calls. But if no calls, who cares? Let's play the video games. I want to get all the Skulltulas. Just give me a sec. Goddamn, Pepper. Pepper laid out a fucking duke. Spray the area. Woo! Toxic over here. Oh, dang, Pepper. Why you let out a duke? Why you let out a duke, Pepper? You took over. Cup. Cuphead. Allergies. Ugh. Can't even imagine what it would be like without Flonase. Flonase should sponsor me or something. That stuff's expensive. All right. Okay. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, we are. Yes. Where am I? I'm right here. Hello. Hi, everybody. Let's play some Ocarina of Time. Let's do it. Oh. Well, I hope you guys are having a good day. I know I'm having a good day. When I took a nap, I swear, whenever it's like if it's a cheat day for me, I kind of go a little ham, get a lot of food, and then I always end up with like a food coma and I fall asleep. That's what happened. I fell asleep. And then woke up and I was like, what do I do? What do I do? What can I do? And then I was like, I could stream. Why not? Why not? You know? Why not take some calls? You know? Why not just vibe out and play a freaking video game? Alright. Ocarina of Time. Let's go. Let's turn this off. Bulk Broman says, I went from home early today because of how cold it was outside. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm in Florida. I do not understand nor comprehend the cold. Cold is not the temperature. It's not a temperature in Florida. I mean, can it get cold? Yeah, but anytime I bring up being cold to literally anybody, they look at me like I have two heads. They're just like... You're cold? Absolutely preposterous. Bulk Broman says, what kind of specs you got on this PC? Bro, let me blow you away. I'm going to blow you away. You ready? Wait, is this going to... Here, I'm just going to pull up the sysinfo. All right, I'm going to blow you away. You ready? Actually, this wouldn't show the video card. All right, here, I'll pull it up in HW info. Because I'm proud of it. I worked hard. I worked hard for this rig. I'm going to show you real quick. Do the sensors. This is not going to break my stuff, I hope. Please don't break. No, it's good. All right. All right, I'll share it with you. All right, so I have a Ryzen 9 9950X 3D. Asus Tough Gaming BA50 Plus Wi-Fi. I've got 64 gigs of RAM. You can see both of them here. 32 gig Those are two separate. This is a Smart Western Digital. I believe it's a 2 terabyte SSD. Yeah, here's your 2 terabyte SSD. Oh, and then, no, this one's the 16 terabyte hard drive for just big storage. It's my G drive. I store everything on this thing. Anything that like big amounts of videos, that's where this thing goes. I've got an RTX 5090 because I felt like it. Listen, everything I do is on the computer. Literally everything I do. There isn't anything that I don't do on the computer, so I kind of splurged. I kind of went crazy on my computer. It ended up costing, I think it was about $4,700 for it. But it's a beast. It is a beast. It does not mess around. I just recently built it. It was like right before the RAM spike, so I got pretty lucky. Bulk Broman 88 says that's pretty top tier. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like I said, I do everything on my computer. I think what I was doing was I needed to go to the Zora domain and get gold skulltulas. Let me keep looking. We're in the Zora domain. Zora, Zora, the Explorer. Zora. I think I was inside Jabba Jabba's belly. Huh. Zora, the Explorer. We're gonna go inside, fight a Jabba Jabba. Get inside, grab your Hyrule shield. Jump in. Let's go. You can lead the way. Hey. Yeah, hey. Jabba Jabba, Jabba Jabba, Jabba Jabba. Ganondorf nor Dorfing. Ganondorf nor Dorfing. Sorry. I'm going to stop that. Chris Felkin says, Amender isn't. Okay. Raritan calls, by the way. Phone number is 202-998-5218. You want to call in, have a discussion, we can do so. Wee, video games. Jabu, 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 inside Jabu, Jabu's belly. Jabu, Jabu. Ow, fuck. That's not what I wanted. Jabu, 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 inside Jabu, Jabu's belly. What do you want, Navi? We have to save Princess Zelda from her imprisonment in Ganondorf's castle. Thank you. I couldn't tell. I could not tell, Navi. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I am aware now. I'm now hyper vigilant to. Chris Felkin says Amender is not being attacked by white supremacists lately. That's good. That's a good thing. That's a step in the right direction. I think people are starting to wise up a little bit. They're starting to realize it's not working. It's not working. All right. Let's see here. Bulk Bromance said, I had the fortune to be sitting on some stuff before the shortage as well, but mostly bulk RAM and NVMe. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. White supremacists are some of the most insane calls, bro. They are so clip-worthy. They have the most insane takes, and they're just like, this is normal. This is fine. They're literally that dog in the fire, just like, this is fine. Let's see here. We're going to go inside the Jabu Jabu's belly. We're going to go and fight inside Jabu Jabu's belly. Hey, hey. I mean, to be fair, right? Like, even prior to the price increase, my computer setup was not cheap. It was very, very expensive. But I think it was worth it. I mean, I just do literally everything on my computer. It is my entertainment. It's my work. It's my social life. I know a lot of people will say that that's sad, but I myself have chosen that. I chose that out of my own volition. It's not like it's a trap, more as like a machination of my own will. I willed it into existence, and I'm here for it. Cowcrapper says, I am really lazy about upgrading my PC. I saw the writing on the wall for the prices, so it forced my hand. Very nice. Smart move. All right, on the vines in the room where you raise the water level. There's a room where you raise the water level here? Where's the... Oh, I know. Yeah. Yeah, I know that spot. But I don't exactly remember where that is. All right. Wow. Raise a water level? Raise a water level? Hi. Hi. Why am I worried about these Octoroks? I have way too many hearts to be worried about these. I don't know what's here. Looks like there's a fairy. I don't think I need it, though. We are good in the fairy part. Said, any of y'all play Magic the Gathering? I got some fun cards lately. We'll post on the Discord. That's pretty cool. I do not play Magic the Gathering. I used to play Magic the Gathering, and I enjoyed it for the time. Ooh, phone call. Let's see what we got here. You're on the line with 1stAmender.
Yo, Mender, Flashy.
Hey, Flashy. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, you know, just starting the work week, whatever. But,
yeah.
I heard you recently say that, like, you're kind of frustrated with, like, your audience or whatever, just because, like, it feels like most of your audience is, like, chuds, you know?
Not anymore. Not anymore. I've unlocked
really?
the secret.
Oh, okay. Wait, really? What was it?
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? Be very nice. Be very nice until they choose violence. If and when they choose violence, farm them as much for content as physically possible by constantly fighting with them and throwing whatever bullshit they threw back at you. You throw it back in their face and force them to keep commenting at you, which ultimately builds you up in the algorithm. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, really? Is that how that works?
That's the strat. That's it, dude. It works.
Nice.
I believe
I was
it will
going
work.
to suggest, yeah, because I was going to suggest, like, maybe you should look into doing, like, panels and stuff if you have time for that type of shit. But
I absolutely have time for that. Absolutely. I mean,
you should look up Wick TV, WHICK TV. I've seen them. They have a lot of different panels with, like, big names that they get on. Just like, you know, if I get on one of those panels.
Wick TV, you said?
Yeah, WHICK TV.
Look that up.
Yeah, I've even seen them get, like, bigger liberal creators like Destiny and
Yeah.
they have conservatives on there too that they do like debates and all this shit. So
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. I should get up on stuff like that. That'd be great.
yeah, just get in the mix, get in that type of crowd. Maybe
Heck
that'll help
yeah.
you expand a bit.
Get more with like a progressive crowd would be good. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
wanted to call in and let you know about that.
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Appreciate it, Flashy. See ya. Wow, Flashy coming in with some good advice. Wow. Wick moderates for Destiny sometimes. Nice. Get me into the Destiny crowd. Woo! That would blow me up. I don't remember where I gotta go. I'm looking. I don't remember. There's a place, a room that has, I don't know, water that expands. This is not the way, bruh. But I'll check anyway. Ow. Oh my god, I'm dumb. Oh my god, dude, you gotta go. You gotta go. You can't do that. Excadriller says, so is this gonna be a short stream? No, I mean I'm probably gonna play till about 11 when it's bedtime. That's probably when I'll stop. So no, it's not gonna be a short stream. We're gonna vibe. Let's play some Zelda. Let's take some calls if we get any. It's gonna be fun. It's going to be like a regular old stream. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. What do I do? Well, and is this the way out, right? We got to figure out. Yeah, we gotta. Do not talk to me, Navi. Do not talk. I will literally choke you out. I will choke you out, Navi. Do not talk to me that way. Don't hey me. Let's see here. Base God Flashy says, admit it. You're streaming because you want to play Ocarina of Time, and you might as well stream too, LOL. Dude, true. True. 100%. Yes. Yes, that was definitely a factor in my decision making. I was like, what game do I want to play? I want to play Ocarina of Time. Oh, but I only play that for streaming, but I want to play Ocarina of Time. Okay, I guess I'll stream. Where is the water flowing? Where is it? I don't remember the spot. I remember not. All right, hold on. Let me look. This is not a big place. I think... I don't fucking know, bro. But I know this ain't it. We got to go back. I think I got an idea of where it could be. I think I remember roughly its shape. We're looking for gold skulltulas. That's what we're doing. We got to go up. Or is it down? Hold on a sec. Nope. We got to go up. Well, we could go down. Let's go down. Sploosh. All right, let's go this way. Stop it. Why you like that? All right. we're gonna go this direction. Okie dokie, smoky. Smoky, okie dokie. Ah, this is the water raising level. All right. So it says on the vines, on the room where you raise the water level. On the vines, on the room where you say, well, we already got it. Come out. Why am I doing this? Let's see. Over here. Am I starting to associate playing video games with streaming? Oh no. I'm becoming a streamer, guys. Help. I'm scared. I don't like this flavor. I don't know if I like this flavor. Nah, I'll be alright. Alright, so it's not there. We already did that one. Wait a minute. Wait a gosh darn pickin' minute. Inside Jabba Jabba's belly, are you guys seeing that? We've already got the Gold Skull Tullus. We're here for no goddamn reason. We need to leave. Let's get out of here. We need to get out of here. Let's get out of here. We already got everything. Base Got Flashy says, streaming while gaming definitely helps with the feeling of not doing anything while gaming. That's funny. That is a very adult emotion. Like, you can't just like sit down and play a game. You have to like sit there and be like your brain is sitting there and is like, responsibilities. I'm like, what? What? Responsibilities. Yeah, you have those now. Yeah, I'd like to sit down and play a game, brain, if that's okay. Yeah, but responsibilities. Bills. Yeah, all the bills are paid. Brain. Productivity. You should be productive right now. Very common adult feeling. All right, let me take a look here. So we did not collect everything in Zora's domain. We're not done. I must have missed something. Because I don't have all of them. Yeah, it doesn't have them all. Well, that's not good. We got to backtrack. We're supposed to be done. We got all of them in Jabba Jabba's belly. And Lake Hylia is a completely different place. So let's get back. We got to go as Child Link in the tree, the small shore opposite of the entrance. Roll into the tree to bring it down. Okay. We missed it somewhere, so let's go find it. By the way, hit like. Do me a favor. Hit like on the video. Appreciate y'all. Give you kisses. Isn't there this like heart thing? I think like you could also hit this heart thing. You know, where's the heart thing? Hold on, this thing. Heart, 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 heart. It doesn't. Does it not pop up in the? Does it not pop up in the stream? What am I, stupid? I should fix that. Yeah, let me fix that real quick. Let me see here. Reactions, YouTube, live stream, OBS. I think, shouldn't that be in Restream? Shouldn't that be like a Restream thing? LE5 using OBS live stream reaction videos. Is this like hard? How do I do this? Should be in Streamlabs. Dashboard. Streamlabs. Those are donations, subscribers, super chats. Overlay. YouTube alerts. I don't want an alert box. I don't want an alert box. I want the reactions. Let me look that up. Hold on. We're going to figure this out live. We'll do it live. There should be a reaction overlay. Is there like a reaction overlay? I don't think there is. I don't think there is. Oh, never mind. I mean, it's kind of cool. It'd be cool if we could do it, but I don't know, whatever. Okay, entrance. Entrance. Ow. This game's just pure nostalgia. Game's amazing. How could anyone hate this game? It's so fun. All right. So what's this say? At the entrance, gold skulltula in the tree at the small shore on the opposite of the opposite roll. Small shore. Is that it? And does it got to be the morning? I think we're good. Cowcrapper says, I actually like to play the game as it's meant. Dude, me too. Holy crap, me too. God, you just read my mind. So many people, they like play like these randomizers and all this crazy stuff. Not me, man. Not me. On the small shore opposite the entrance. Small shore opposite the entrance. I feel like that description does not match that tree. Let's just go around and hit every tree. Why don't we go down that direction? Diddle-ling, 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 diddle-ling. Boop. All right. Opposite the entrance, tree, small shore. Opposite entrance, tree, small shore. Opposite the entrance. Tree, small shore, opposite the entrance. My cat's about to jam her face into my camera. She's rubbing her face against my camera right now. Small shore, tree, small shore, opposite the... Pepper, what are you doing, a doodle duties? What are you doing, doodle duties? Say hello. Say hello to everybody on stream. Say hello to everybody. Say hello. Here, hold on. Let me switch up the... Yes. Oh, this is the lady. She just wants attention. Say hello to Pepper. Say hello to Pepper. Yeah. Pepper. Pepper.
Bender,
What's up?
you have seen on Steam is a publisher action from the creator from Final Fantasy.
Wow. I'll have to take a
They're
look at the
selling
Steam sale.
All the Final Fantasy titles reduced.
Wow. Wow. Hi, Pepper. Yeah. Are you good? Do you want more pets? Okay, pets. You good? She's like, stop it. Are you good? Pepper's in lick mode right now. Lick mode engaged. Say hello to the little duties. Pepper, what happens when we get famous and then like the YouTube convention is going to be like, "Where's Pepper?" And I'm going to be like, "No, way too much stress. She won't like it." Pepper, I swear she gets into bite mode. Look at her. She's such a little brat. She's like, "Pet me, but also I want to bite you. Pet me. I want to bite you. Pet, but also bite." Okay, what do you want? No, no, no. Ow. Golly. Goodness gracious. Are you good, Pepper? Are you now fully overstimulated? Are you overstimulated, duties? She's purring like crazy. You can't hear her, but she is. I can hear it through the headphones. You good? You good? Do not choose violence, Pepper. Oh my God! Are we good? Alright, I'm done. I won't pet you anymore. No. No. I'll let you just lick me for a bit. Ow. Okay, that's enough. Ow. Stop it! She's like, that's what you get for hating on so many people on Twitter. That's what you get. You're such a brat, duties. I want to play my video game. Why did the music get so loud? Pepper is looking to choose violence. Look at her.
She's just holding you. Chill.
No. You do not know my cat. She's already plotting. She already knows. She's plotting against my... She's plotting in my demise.
She's cute. She gives you some love bites.
You good, duties?
You should
Ow.
pull your hand away.
Ow! Alright, I think we're good. Okay. Back to it. That was a call with Pepper. Oh. Turn off that music.
Clearly it hurts when you like moving your hand away.
I'm looking for tree, small shore, opposite the entrance. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull up a video. Because I remember being stuck in Kakariko Village for like forever because I just couldn't find this one Skulltellus. All right. Let me pull up the video. It's called Zora's Domain All Skulltellus. All the gold Skulltellus. All right, hold on. Let's pull up Chrome.
There's actually one game I would really like to see you playing it.
It's gotta be it. It's gotta be it. Yeah, so that's the first one. We did that one. Probably the latter one that he's getting. We already got that one. Yeah, there it is. Ladder one. Ladder guy. I think I got that one. But let's confirm that. Let's confirm that. We're going to confirm that. We're going to confirm that. Actually, why am I being lazy? Don't make that small. Just go back to big. Remove the Chrome. There you go. That's how you do that. First, what do you want to call us? Soy boy supporters. No, that's if you're a member. You become a soy boy supporter if you're a member of my channel. That's how that works. All right. Let's open this up. Go through here. Get through the Jabu. Get through the Jabu. I like Amenderites because we're followers of the leader first. Oh no, don't call me a leader. I'm not a leader. I'm just playing some games and debating people. Do 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 do. Base Cow Flashy says, this is why I don't become a member. What? Because you don't want to support a soy boy? Why not? You get a cool star on your name. You get some emojis. And you get some videos early. And it's only 99 cents a month. Wow. Wow. That's so many features. Oh, hold on. Throw a fountain. Here we go. We will 100% Majora's Mask next. Because I've been really enjoying this game. Alright. It is clear. We've already got it. Now we continue the video.
Mender, you're not a big Star Wars fan, right?
No. I mean, it's okay, I guess. Did I get that one? I'm pretty sure I got that one. I can't say for sure that I did, though. So, let's just... We really got to cover our bases. I don't think embracing the soy boy label is good for the left. Why not? It's fun.
Amender is cult leader.
Wants me to be adult Link? I think I got this one. Pretty sure I got this one. Yeah, it's right there. I mean, I'm almost positive I got that one, but might as well just become adult Link and just because I'm going to follow around, because obviously we're missing one.
Really don't get how you can play those games.
Why? You don't like Zelda? What's wrong with you?
I was... What? There's nothing wrong with me. Not everyone is a Zelda fan.
Is. There's a good game. What do you want? What are you asking for? What kind of game do you want to play?
I would play Star Wars: The Old Republic.
That's not a bad game either. It's very story heavy, isn't it?
Star Wars: The Old Republic is extremely story heavy, and
yeah, not good for a stream.
What? It's perfect because you can
exactly you gotta read a lot.
Oh no! By Star Wars: The Old Republic, you don't need to read anything. It's everything is spoken. It's actually pretty good for a game stream, and the story is awesome.
Pepper, are you good? What are you doing?
The main story of the first 50 levels, it's an MMO, and the first 50 it's for free. And the first 50 levels are, the story is pretty cool.
You good, Pepper? All right.
Most say the story of the Imperial Agent was one of the best stories ever.
All right. Got to go to this one very specific spot and hope that we already got it. What are you doing, Pepper? My cat is being weird. She's just kind of like moving all around. Ow. Stop that.
But you don't think like the game No Man's Sky is not a good game?
More like No Guy Bye, you know what I'm saying?
I know you hate No Man's Sky.
I fucking hate no game. I hate that game, dude. I really do not like that game.
I don't get it how you cannot like handle the the menus.
Me playing No Man's Sky is the most rage-inducing thing. The problem isn't not me not handling the menus. The problem is that the menus are designed like shit. Why is there 3 completely separate menus? I don't, and they all work differently. There's no cohesion between one menu and the other. They function physically differently from one another. I'm like, why? Pepper. Pepper. Why? Do not destroy cables. Hey. 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 Do not destroy cables. Okay, I'll put you down. I'm sorry. Okay. Are you good? Look at her, I swear. Go, you're free. You're good. Okay. She's so angry. Don't eat my cables. You must not eat. Ah! Pepper. She's like, that's what you get for picking me up. All right, here we go.
Oh, she doesn't like that.
No, she does not like being picked up. She's never liked that. All right. Well, it's not here, so keep on keeping on, I guess. Okay.
Why are you not making once a cooking stream?
A cooking stream?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that'd be cool, I guess, but I would have to like have my phone out, and it's like not like great, I guess. I wouldn't be able to take like phone calls. You know what I mean?
Do you don't have a tablet or a laptop?
Do you play with Pepper a lot? Usually that's what my cat wants when she's being a little stinker. That's cute. Amender, can you put on some Iran versus US on? Sure. You want to hear some Iran news? My God. I can put on Midas Touch. Do you like Midas Touch? All right, let me see here. I think we just got it. I think we just did it. Hold on. Yep, we did it. All right, we now have all of the Zora's Domain stuff. We found our missing Skulltula.
Why is Link now big?
Dude, you're killing me, man. You are killing me with that. You cannot say something like that, bro. And then be like, I don't like this game.
I can still wondering, hey?
Play the game. Play the game. You'll love it. All right, we're going to Lake Hyleia. I don't think we got all the Skulltulas there. We do not. Let's get there as Child Link.
I'm not sure if I want to consume plot-based media.
Let's see. All right, here. I'll put on some Midas Touch while we vibe out, I guess.
You have been so far in Amsterdam. Do you want to also go to another European country?
Donald Trump just...
Hold on a sec. Playback speed 1.5, I suppose. Let's put it on Chrome here. Make it smaller.
made a stunning and frankly incriminating admission that I believe is an impeachable offense in the Oval Office. He just held a press conference moments ago where he said that nobody knew that Iran was going to strike Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, and Kuwait. Nobody expected that. We were caught utterly surprised by this. Who would have ever expected this? If that's truly the case, Donald, you deserve to be impeached immediately on that statement alone. Frankly, you deserve to be impeached for all of the things you've done before, and you deserve to be behind bars. But here's what Donald Trump said moments ago. Let's play it.
Thank you. You were talking about Iran a couple times today and what they did after Epic Fury began. You said they hit Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait. Nobody expected that. We were shocked. Are you surprised that nobody briefed you ahead of time that might be their retaliation?
Nobody, no. The greatest experts, nobody thought they were going to hit. They were, I wouldn't say friendly countries. They were like neutral. They lived with them for years. Peter, they were going to take over the Middle East. They were going to knock out Israel with their nuclear weapon. But after we knocked out their nuclear potential.
Mind you, once again, still to this day, zero evidence of any ICBM or nuclear weapon. Doesn't exist. I don't know where they're getting that they have a nuclear weapon. We have yet to find that. I mean, they've been threatening that since the 90s, and here we got Donald Trump lying as usual, saying that they were going to, hit us with a nuclear whatever. It's just nonsense. It's just complete ridiculousness.
Weapon. They started building missiles, thousands and thousands of missiles, and they were going to do it with missiles while they developed. These are sick people. While they developed nuclear, somehow they were going to start at a different site because that site was...
Mind you, just to point out, right, like I think it was Donald Trump that decided that he was going to undo the JCPOA back in 2018, which basically undid there were initially drops on the sanctions for Iran. In return, they basically had to agree with the JCPOA agreements and answer to any audits that would come in from the IAEA. And they basically agreed the entire time, accepting the rules of the JCPOA agreement. And Donald Trump pulled out of that because it was like a dumb, stupid poo-poo bill that was made by Obama, and Obama bad. And that's what happened. And it's really frustrating to see, like, we have basically created the problem. Donald Trump has personally created the problem, and somehow it's Iran's fault.
You saw the site, the mountain. They were going to go into a certain area, which we know exactly where it is, and they were going to do that. And it's incredible what we've done. I tell you, the job we've done. If I didn't tell...
Now, talk about impeachable offenses or just the most disgusting things imaginable that could come out of the mouth of anybody in the Oval Office. Donald Trump then starts to talk about Cuba and goes, it's a beautiful island. I'm going to take it. I'm just going to take it. It's mine. I will do whatever I want. As the war in Iran is spiraling out of control, Donald Trump now saying that he will take over Cuba as Donald Trump continues to try to distract from the Epstein files. Here, play this clip.
It's a beautiful island, great weather. They're not in a hurricane zone, which is nice for a change. They won't be asking us for money for hurricanes every week. But I think Cuba's the end. All my life I've been hearing about the United States and Cuba. When will the United States do it? I do believe I'll be having the honor of taking Cuba. That'd be good. That's a big honor.
Taking Cuba.
Taking Cuba in some form, yeah. Taking Cuba. I mean, whether I free it, take it, I think I can do anything I want with it. You want to know the truth? They're a very weakened nation right now. They were for a long time. Very violent leaders. Castro was a very violent leader. His brother's a very violent leader.
How old is Castro? How old is Castro by now? He's like in his 90s. Like, how about we just stop the trade sanctions against the dead USSR? Like, what are we doing? What's the point of this? It just doesn't make any sense.
That's how they governed. They governed with violence. But a lot of people would like to go back.
And meanwhile, in Iran, their kind of main commander in the field is out there putting out messages that the outcome of the war cannot be determined by tweets. They're mocking Donald Trump's behavior. Let's play this clip right here.
A message to the President of the United States. The outcome of war cannot be determined by tweets. The result of a war is determined in the field, the very place where you and your forces do not dare to approach, and you can only talk about it in your tweets. It's better to name this war as Epic Fear instead of Epic Fury.
Next, Peter Doocy from State Regime Media, which calls itself Fox, asked Donald Trump if this war can be wrapped up in a week. As though, okay, I'll wrap it up. You do realize that Iran is saying that they're not even having discussions with you at all, and that you are out there lying and saying that there are conversations between Witkoff and the foreign minister of Iran is saying, yeah, those aren't happening. So embarrassing. Here, play this clip.
Congratulations.
Can I ask you another question?
Yeah.
If Iran, as you said, totally obliterated, got the missiles, got the first 2 rounds of leadership, Air Force gone, Navy gone, can we wrap this war up this week?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Will we?
I don't think so, but it'll be soon. Won't be long. And we're going to have a much safer world when it's wrapped up. It'll be wrapped up soon. We're going to have a much safer world.
Next, Donald Trump is saying that we're doing slightly better than Jimmy Carter in Iran. Donald Trump's like, he thinks he's funny. He thinks he's doing jokes right now. Here, let's play this clip.
Are a lot of times calling in, where's my ballot? Where's my ballot? They're lucky to get one. Jimmy Carter, probably the greatest thing he ever did. I thought he was a nice man, not a great president, to put it mildly. How did his attack work out in Iran? Not too good. I think ours is slightly better, wouldn't you say? But Jimmy Carter...
Then Donald Trump says that China should be thanking us. They should be helping us. China is allied with Iran. You do realize that. China is helping Iran militarily. Iran is saying that publicly. Here, play this clip.
You say you're doing a job for the rest of the world. In your conversations with your counterparts, are they thanking you? What are the conversations like when you talk about this military conflict that's taking place in Iran?
Well, they should be thanking me because many of them get 90%. China, as an example, should be thanking us, but I don't expect to thank you, but they should be thanking us. Japan gets 95%, China 91%. Many of the countries, South Korea gets a tremendous percentage of their oil and therefore their energy from the Straits, or as they call it, the Strait. And they should be not only thanking us, they should be helping us. What does surprise me is that they're not eager to help. There are a couple. We'll be announcing some names soon. There are some that really were right up front. I would announce the name now, other than maybe they prefer it not being announced for whatever reason. I will say this: it's a lot easier to get people today than it was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, before we destroyed before we obliterated the country, before we took out, because they're down to about 8% of their missiles. They're down to a small portion of their drones, and we've demolished many of their factories where they make the missiles and the drones, and the rest are all following. Our military has been amazing. We hit car.
Next, a reporter asked J.D. Vance, who's standing right next to Donald Trump, that given your past skepticism of foreign interventionism, are you completely on board with the war in Iran? And J.D. Vance was like, well, I was against it when everybody was stupid. But this guy right here, Donald, he's so smart, so now I'm for it. Here, play this clip.
Second, given
I like
your
it.
past skepticism of foreign adventurism, are you completely on board with the current war in Iran?
So I like fraud czar. It's certainly what we're going to do. And look, we have to do it. As the president said, this is a problem that has festered in this country for far too long, and far too few people have actually wanted to do anything about it. That's what makes this administration different, is that we actually tackle the problems the American people have been confronting. So I'm very happy about it.
That is so frustrating. You hear that take? He's sitting there telling you that he did not support this until the Donald Trump came in, and that's when it is good now. Now that Donald Trump is in, he's so smart. He can't even make a cogent sentence, and you're saying that he's smart? Do you not listen to what Donald Trump says? Just write down what he says and repeat it back out to yourself and just be like, is that what an intelligent person sounds like?
And look, I think that I know what you're trying to do, Phil. You're trying to drive a wedge between members of the administration, between me and the president. What the president said consistently, going back to 2015, and I agreed with him, is that Iran should not have a nuclear weapon. We have taken this military action under the president's leadership. I think all of us, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, should pray for success and pray for the safety of our troops. That's the approach that I've taken. Make it as successful as possible.
So there's no hesitation, given your past statements, with the current operation?
What do you mean there's no hesitation with my past statements?
Given your skepticism of foreign adventurism, you were a critic of the global war on terror previously.
Well, I think one big difference, Phil, is that we have a smart president, whereas in the past we've had dumb presidents. And I trust President Trump to get the job done, to do a good job for the American people, and to make sure that the mistakes of the past aren't repeated. Absolutely.
Thanks, sir.
Look, JD's been great.
In addition, just so you see what was happening earlier as well, we've got receipts of this. Donald Trump was also saying what I showed you at the beginning, the prior press conference before going to the Oval Office, that none of this was supposed to happen. Iran wasn't supposed to hit its neighbors. This caught everybody by surprise. The Arab nations warned this. Your generals and admirals warned you of this. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs warned you of this. I knew about this months ago. We've been reporting on it here on the Midas Touch Network, that this is what would happen. So we told you about it. Play this clip.
And power. Look what happened in the last 2 weeks. They weren't supposed to go after all these other countries in the Middle East. Those missiles were set to go after them. So they hit Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait.
Yeah, because they're
Nobody
cooperating with
we
you.
were shot.
But at the same time, Donald Trump is claiming that no one knew this was going to happen. In the prior press conference, he also says, I knew the Strait of Hormuz would be used as a weapon. I predicted this a long time ago. And Trump goes, I also predicted bin Laden. I predicted when 9/11 was going to happen. Read my book. Your book doesn't say that. Your book has a passing reference to bin Laden. You literally lie about everything. Here, play this clip.
I knew about the Strait, that it would be a weapon, which I predicted a long time ago. I predicted all of this stuff. You guys were very generous in that. I predicted all of it. I predicted Osama bin Laden would knock out the World Trade Center. I made that prediction a year before he did. I said, you better get him. He's a bad guy. I watched him be interviewed one time, and I said, that's a bad guy. You better get him. 1 year before, exactly. I wrote it in a book. You can even check. About a year before the World Trade Center came down, President Clinton actually had a shot at him, and he didn't take it. Unfortunately, I'm not blaming him for that, but he didn't take it. And he ended up knocking down the World Trade Center, but I predicted that too. I predicted a lot of things. We strongly encourage.
Now, one thing Donald Trump's been saying over and over again today is that he's been speaking with a former president, but he refuses to say who it is who has been saying, you're doing a great job, Donald, as Aaron Parnas writes. So when Trump says he's talking to a former president who says he wished he bombed Iran, what are the odds that Donald Trump is talking to the 45th president, meaning that Donald Trump is just talking about himself right now? Also, going back to that Oval Office press conference, Donald Trump continued to just randomly attack Gavin Newsom. Play this clip.
Gavin Newsom admitted that he has learning disabilities, dyslexia, everything about him is dumb. But then he looked at the audience and...
Mind you, Donald Trump does not read a teleprompter because he can't read that fast. He's not even that good of a reader. And he's sitting there knocking on somebody for not being able to read well enough. I promise you, Gavin Newsom could walk circles around reading comprehension versus Trump. It wouldn't even be close.
It said, but I'm smarter than you or something like that. That was pretty silly. So now on top of everything else, I call him a racist because it happened to be a black audience. I will tell you this. I think it was the worst interview I've ever seen in my life.
Because I called him a racist, and here Donald Trump says that
called him a
Newsom admitted that
racist.
he has learning disabilities. Dude, what are you talking about? We're at war right now. This is what you're talking about? I mean, trying to mock Governor Newsom for standing up to you and by talking about disabilities in that way. What are you even saying? You're just out of control. Here, play this clip.
That's how crazy it's gotten with a low IQ person. You know, because Gavin Newsom has admitted that he has learning disabilities. Honestly, I'm all for people with learning disabilities, but not for my president. I think a president should not have learning disabilities, okay? And I know it's highly controversial to say such a horrible thing. The president of the United States, Gavin Newsom, admitted that he has learning disabilities.
Then you shouldn't be president.
Everything about him is dumb. But then he looked at the audience and said,
he can barely speak.
Smarter than you or something like that. That was pretty silly. So now on top of everything else, I call him a racist because it happened to be a black audience. I will tell you
crap.
This. I think it was the worst interview I've ever seen of any human being in my life.
A few other points that we need to mention as well. A new report from the Washington Post indicates that a number of troops injured during Operation Epic Fury, which I call Epstein Fury, or as you heard the Iranian guy say, Epic Fail or Epic Fear. It's now surpassed 200, according to a spokesperson for CENTCOM. 10 are still in very serious condition, although I think the Trump regime is not giving us accurate information. I think that the numbers are higher. Also, the U.S. Embassy and the Royal Tulip Al Rashid Hotel in Baghdad were targeted in separate incidents earlier today. So far, no group has claimed responsibility, but they are believed to be Iranian attacks, and you can see them for yourself right there. The foreign minister of Iran is saying, my last contact with Mr. Witkoff was prior to his employer's decision to kill diplomacy with another illegal military attack on Iran. Any claim to the contrary appears geared solely to mislead oil traders and the public. And this is in response to the Trump regime saying that they've been opening up direct communications with the foreign minister. And the foreign minister says, this is total and utter lies. We'll keep you posted every step of the way here. Hit subscribe. Help us get to 7 million subscribers. And thanks for watching, everybody.
Want to stay plugged in?
My God, dude, 7 million subscribers. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if we ever got to that? That would be insane, dude. That would be nuts. Give me a quick second. I gotta find where the location of all the gold skulltulas are. So you're gonna have to tolerate me for a little bit. There was a few videos that I was looking at that I thought was pretty cool. Let me take a look here. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I really liked this video. This is a good video.
What we do is treat a well-documented condition in a way that reduces suffering and improves quality of life. Medicine is about recognizing patterns and improving outcomes, not controversial metaphysical debates. And the outcomes here are very clear.
And that's what's the most important thing that has been completely lost. And every single time you see a New Atlantic article or they're setting this up for, like, we have to have a debate. There's a debate going on right now. There's not amongst doctors. There's a really good video going around. I think it's also a really good time to be able to talk about some of the messed up stuff that's going on internationally. If you didn't know, trans people obviously being attacked, especially attacked in Western nations
what's
where
the speed
they're supposed to be safe, or at least that's how we advertise ourselves here in Canada as being LGBTQ plus friendly. Well, that varies province to province. And if you are in Alberta, for example, and you are trans or you have trans children, you will find that they are doing and implementing a lot of measures to effectively try and exterminate or eradicate trans people from existing. Whereas if you go to other provinces in Canada, things will be way safer and there will be a lot of protections as well as medical services provided to you. In the UK, things are not doing so well, where unfortunately a very strong and well-funded anti-trans movement, combining with, the success of the gender critical movement, as well as things like the LGBT Alliance, and who can forget the unbelievable amount of funding from people like J.K. Rowling, and then all of the useless bigots, or I should say actually useful bigots along the way, your Jesse Singals, your Anna Kasparians, everyone who basically has bought into a lot of the very easy entry and talking points for, far-right anti-trans bigots to push transphobia on larger audiences. If your only audience for a long time and the only people you're captivating happen to be on the far right, you have to adapt or invent new strategies to try and appeal to liberals, centrists, and moderates, because what you're effectively trying to do is push an agenda that is anti-human. You're pushing an external exterminationist agenda, which most people would probably recoil or be revolted by. But then you got to find a new strategy. How do we convince people who normally wouldn't think of trans people, wouldn't really question, their history of how they treated trans people, or even fully understand what the differences are between being trans or cis, or what does it mean to be non-binary, things like this. How do we get them to be so angry that they're willing to take up political action and want to push laws that will effectively make it more difficult to exist in a society if you are trans? How do you pull that off? And the gender critical movement, unfortunately, has shown itself to have a lot of success by finding the same kinds of entry points that unfortunate people in a variety of different political ideologies are starting to buy. Everyone from your Pete Buttigieg's, your Gavin Newsom's, this idea that, hey, by the way, we're going to talk about this issue, but the most important aspect of this issue is that we need to talk specifically about the wedge issues, right? Sports, it's a very, very popular one. Bathrooms, very, very, very effective one. We should talk about children and their access to healthcare, very, very effective and weaponized one. And then we can also talk about a series of studies that frequently come out to try and, the misinterpreted data and the way that it's being manipulated directly, flying in the face of the totality of the scientific community is something that is going to have to be examined years from now. Because again, a lot of people who along the way you would think normally would have just been like, oh, well, this is just fundamentally wrong, are falling for this shit and falling for it on a regular basis.
It's so
NHS
true.
England is now conducting a evidence.
This is like any time you try to pull this stuff up and you actually spend the time to research this, you realize that the other side actually has no argument on this. The scientific consensus is pretty clear on it. And you either have like people who understand the scientific basis behind something, or you have the opposite side, which is like a bunch of podcasters and MAGA bros that don't even know a trans person, let alone like done any reading on it. They don't know anything. They just say that it's invalid with zero substantiation. You must die. All right.
Review into HRT for trans adults, because this is where it all inevitably heads. The entry point, and again, the reason why people like J.K. Rowling, Jesse Singal, and others have had a lot of success in convincing moderates or center right or even liberal voters to follow their agenda is because this misinterpretation, or I would say gross. Let me read Aaron's article. On Monday, NHS England published 10 evidence-based reviews purporting to show that the quality of evidence for hormone replacement therapy for trans youth is low. The reviews were released alongside an announcement that the healthcare system would be banning new hormone prescriptions for trans youth under the age of 18. But upon closer examination, the evidence review appears to be an extreme example of politically manufactured science, similar to other reviews that have come out for the UK in recent months to provide political justification for banning gender-affirming care. Across the 10 reviews, 547 full-text screenings resulted in just 17 studies included, a staggering 97% exclusion rate to form this review, by the way. The review used exclusion criteria designed to guarantee that result, discarded some of the most significant trans care studies published in the last decade for nonsensical reasons, and then reached what appears to be a predetermined conclusion, that there's insufficient evidence that hormone therapy for trans youth works. In the last decade, there have been dozens of studies showing the positive impact of gender-affirming care for trans youth, in particular, hormone replacement effects on reducing depression, anxiety, and suicidal ideation. On the flip side, there's been a strong push to ban gender-affirming care for trans youth and even adults amongst anti-trans activists in the UK, so researchers at NHS England apparently found a way to get around the evidence rather than contend with it. Instead of conducting 1 or 2 comprehensive reviews of the evidence for hormone therapy in trans adolescents, they split the question into 10 separate reviews, fragmenting by exact pharmacological combinations, estrogen alone or testosterone alone, estrogen with GnRH analogs, testosterone with GnRH analogs, GnRH analogs alone, and then splitting each of those against whether the patient identified as binary or non-binary. The results was 10 artificially narrow reviews, each searching for a hyper-specific patient population that most published reviews were never designed to capture. Studies that didn't perfectly match given reviews' narrow criteria were excluded, even if they contained data directly relevant to the question of whether hormones help trans youth. As a result, 97% of the full-text screenings were excluded from the results. And then Alejandra Caraballo says here, the reviews used to justify this excluded nearly 97% of all the studies from the inclusion in their analysis. This is absolutely obscene, hatchet job by the NHS, designed specifically to eliminate access to hormones for trans youth, and then showing their evidence there. This led me to a video that came out today and is making the rounds on TikTok that is just so perfect to share with friends or family or people who don't understand this topic, because really in about 2 minutes, it kind of puts everything into perspective. This is something that is so unbelievably misunderstood, and the right have successfully made everyone lose their minds over this one issue. And even people who normally would be like, oh, I believe in, fighting for human rights, I'll stand up to people who are being oppressed in one way or another, are now starting to sound like they think they're experts on this topic because they've heard a clip or seen a video or seen something where it's like, oh, well, the puberty blockers.
That's honestly like the biggest problem, is the fact that people think they know about the topic because they've seen a clip, but not because like that there's, again, actual research that they did and they were able to confirm it or deny it. Because really, if you did do the actual reading, real scientific reading behind it, you'll realize that there just isn't any substantiation. And you would have to come to that conclusion if you acknowledge the facts.
Are not approved. It's dangerous. It's going to mess up children. Why are we doing this? This is really just dangerous science and experimentation being done on people who apparently have really high rates of regretting it and stuff like that. Well, just play them this video.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dave. How do doctors really know being transgender is real, and it's not just a mental illness or a psychosis? It's a question I hear a lot, and as a transgender health specialist with over 30 years experience, I'm here to break it down for you. Being transgender itself is not classified as a mental illness. The medical term you'll find in the DSM, which stands for the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, is gender dysphoria. And that diagnosis is about the distress someone feels, not their gender identity. The identity isn't the disorder, the suffering is. Medicine doesn't require a blood test to know if something is real. We don't have lab tests for conditions like depression, anxiety, or chronic pain. Instead, doctors diagnose based on patterns that are persistent over time, how the condition affects daily life, and how it responds to treatment. So how do we avoid misdiagnosis in transgender care?
This part is obviously going to be the most important part to try and send to friends or family who are like, I hear that apparently there's like a revolving door or something. Like apparently there's an incentive for doctors to like transition children because they make so much more money from it, and then they get to sell them all of these like hormones for the rest of their lives, and they have to get expensive surgery. So the whole thing feels just kind of like, well, it's set up to try and like have more trans kids than not trans kids. All of that is 100% manufactured bullshit, and it shows more than anything. They have absolutely no idea what any of this entails. So again, allow a professional to explain it.
We look closely at the persistence of someone's gender identity, how intense their distress is. We screen for other mental and physical health issues, and most importantly, we focus on outcomes. When transgender people receive proper evaluation and gender-affirming care, we consistently see significant reductions in depression, anxiety, and suicidality, and vast improvements in quality of life. If being transgender was just a misdiagnosed mental illness, these positive outcomes simply wouldn't happen. Doctors aren't here to prove if someone is truly male or female. What we do is treat a well-documented condition in a way that reduces suffering and improves quality of life. Medicine is about recognizing patterns and improving outcomes, not controversial metaphysical debates. And the outcomes here are very clear.
And that's what's the most important thing that has been completely lost. And every single time you see a New Atlantic article or they're setting this up for like, we have to have a debate. There's a debate going on right now. There's not amongst
100%.
Doctors. That's
like 100%. I love that it was has been encapsulated just so easily, very, very easily, very easy to understand. Didn't have to go into any of the science behind it. He's just bringing up, hey, it works. It's efficacious. It works.
Part that's always blown my mind for every one of these sick fucks who comes forward. It's like, this is a very controversial topic. A lot of debating has to be happening. And it's like, okay, I'm just going to Google this for 2 seconds. The totality of the scientific community in both the United States and Canada, I'm talking in a variety of disciplines, conclusively agrees on this. They are seeing so much positive outcomes from it that for them, from the POV of doctors, it's kind of like, what the fuck is going on? And on the other side, all these people who are both not doctors and not trans or don't have trans relatives or trans kids are suddenly the ones in the front of this being like, this is an experimental surgery. They're butchering the genitals. They're giving them hormone replacement. It's like, have any of you, a single one of you, actually listened to a doctor who specializes in this explain it to you? It is not something where you simply walk into an office and they're like, so what hormones do you want? Because you said you're trans. Well, I now have to give you hormones and surgery. Here are the hormones. Prepare yourself for the surgery. None of that. This is all a myth. You have all made this up in your heads, and you wouldn't do this for other conditions. That's the other astonishing part about this. Like, I keep using the example of like when I had appendicitis and I didn't have to deal with people outside of the hospital protesting with signs, being like, Lance is about to mutilate his body. I can't believe he's removing a part of himself. This is a fucking distort. Like, none of that, because obviously people would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Let the man have his healthcare. He needs access to healthcare right now, and this is going to help him. The outcomes are very high and positive. Let him have his fucking surgery. What is wrong with all of you? But I didn't have to think about it because it's not controversial. It's not something that is being debated right now. I'm not someone who has to like attend whether or not like, well, I now need to stand up for my rights and humanity and tell you that I am actually in an excruciating amount of pain and would like to have a surgery to remove this part of my body that is going to explode and kill me. Oh, but hold on, I gotta have a debate. The Atlantic wants to do an article on this, so first we have to have some people who oppose my right to be able to do all this and see what they have to say right now while I'm in excruciating pain. This is what is actually happening, though, for a lot of people who consider themselves suddenly to be experts on this topic. When you listen to a doctor speak about it, he's like, none of you understand what you're talking about. None of you are actually addressing what is going on here, and I'm just trying to explain to you from a doctor's perspective, this is what we do, these are the outcomes that we're experiencing, so this is why we're recommending this type of medicine. This is what medicine is. This is what healthcare is. Like, I know he's not getting into what the fuck is wrong with you. I'm adding that part, but it could not be more clear when you have someone just like explain in 2 minutes. Like, if only these 2 minutes had registered with like, maybe Graham Linehan would still have a family. I don't know. I can't speak to what that timeline would be. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but it's hard to say, you know, after all of this. But trust the professionals and leave that discussion to, again, a doctor, a parent, and the patients in this case. You know, it's the same thing I say to men who want to like discuss women's healthcare or police women's healthcare or try to legislate women's healthcare. Where it's like, excuse me, I think I should have an important position and opinion on this topic. I am, in fact, a man, and you know, I don't know if you should have bodily autonomy. I don't know if you should. I think I might have a very strong opinion on that matter about whether or not you should have autonomy over your own body and be able to make healthcare decisions related to, again, your own health. Yeah, but me, my opinion is also important, and also I should be able to legislate whether or not you receive healthcare. I should. It doesn't directly affect me. Yeah, that is true, but I do have strong opinions on this matter, and I have concerns, and I'm very, very concerned with what's happening. Unknown, thank you so much for the £5. Did you see Hannah Spencer being attacked by transphobes? I did not. And Unknown, as a British trans man with a trans brother and 2 trans best friends, most people don't care. Most people in the UK really don't think about it. That's why I think this video, honestly, should do more rounds. send this video to friends and family members who are. It doesn't even have to be full on transphobes. I think they're so far gone. Like it's just not worth your time to deprogram someone who's that lost in the sauce. But to the people who are like, oh, I've got nothing against trans people. No. You do you. This is how.
I mean, I think that eventually, like, there will be enough to where, like, it just is not something that could be contested. Like, I can't even imagine, like, how many people probably existed in the 70s that believed that smoking did not cause cancer. And there was, like, this giant push that it doesn't cause cancer. And there was, like, a minority of scientists that were saying it doesn't cause cancer. And then there were, like, freedom activist groups saying it doesn't cause cancer. And, you know, and so on and so forth, you know, and just all this activism and all this fight and hullabaloo, only to find out that the facts are against you. There is no amount of protest that's going to make the facts go away. And the facts are that it is efficacious. The trans-affirming care is efficacious regardless of how people feel about it. There is no way to walk away from that. Let me take a look here. I'm trying to find all the gold skulltulas. I'm gonna focus on that a bit. Let me take a look here. I'm just gonna make this big. Nope, don't do that. And then make this big. Then switch the speed. All right, here we go. Yeah, we already got this one.
Second one, it sounds.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go to smoke out because I'm about to rage on this guy. Is a fool, a straight up fool. What? What are we talking about? Are y'all getting mad at Bo again?
Inside the boulder room. There, just follow the outer wall, working your way counterclockwise, and you'll come to a little overhang in which the camera angle changes once you hit inside. From here, you'll hear a pulse tool. If you slash the wall, it'll make a different sound. This means that you can use a bomb to blow open to reveal the secret alcove. Inside, there's.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back here.
The second one is found inside the boulder room. There, just follow the outer wall.
Why cut to that? Brother, why just cut to that? You should have just showed it. Fuck. All right. Well, let's figure out where the hell that is, I guess. How do I get to that? They needed to show that without any... Where the hell is that? This is a big dungeon, bro. William says, I seriously can't take these low T males serious anymore. And this guy over in the Timu Tim Pool guy. All right, douchebag, why don't you call in? Bro came in to choose violence. Call in. We're taking calls. Phone number is 202-998-5218. I ain't running. You're the one that's running. How much you guys want to bet this guy does not call in? He just bitches in chat all day. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? This dude will not debate. He's going to be like, I'm sorry, I can't take low T males seriously. I can't debate you. Sorry. How much you want to bet? Dude's gonna cower out. Bro, where's the dude? The phone's right there. Call in. What are you doing? Call in. Where the hell is this? I don't know where the fuck this is, dude. Let me see. Fire Temple. I didn't want any, just show me the video. Hold on, let's see here. Maybe this will give me better explanation. Maybe he'll actually show him walking to the location instead of leaving me completely confused. Now let's just go over there real quick. We're going to follow him. Okay. Let's see. William says, get out, touch grass, lift weights, and try some contact sports will be the best thing for... How about you call in and stop being a douchebag in the comments? Why don't you call in? And I do go to the gym. I go to the gym 4 times a week. If you could believe it. I do go to the gym. It's not like I'm not like, I mean, I'm not like big or anything, but I'm definitely built. Why don't you just call in, bro? Call in. Why you got to start shit? Why you got to choose violence? I didn't do anything to you. You're starting shit. Now, let's see here. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, I gotta fucking move that direction. All right, hold on. Waiting for the call, William. Waiting for the call, you fucking coward. All right, here we go. You're on the line with 1stAmender.
How you doing tonight?
Is this William?
No, sir.
No?
No, sir, this is not William.
Can I get your name?
I apologize for the confusion.
What's your name?
My name's Chad. I'm just tuning into the broadcast here.
All right, Chad.
And big fan of the gaming and the commentary going along with it as well. I just wanted to say thank you for the show. Really appreciating it.
Appreciate that.
And I love the classic Zeldas.
Hell yeah, me too.
Hell yeah. And I was going to ask you if you've seen Animan Studios.
Animated Studios? No.
Animan Studios.
Nope.
Yeah, well, you should check that. It's basically they get it's like animation. It's sort of like Zelda. It's more of a newer style of animation. And basically they'll get like cowboys, or there's one where they're in Harlem and there's African Americans, and they'll get I don't know if you're familiar with Roddy Ricch.
Rowdy Rich.
Roddy Ricch and DJ Mustard. They play that song Sped Up. And so it's the Ballin' by Roddy Ricch and Mustard. And so they'll play that sped up, and they'll have all the cartoon characters, and those will be fucking each other. And it shows them dicks in each other, and they're coming and spraying.
All right, chill, dude. I'm monetized. What are you doing?
Like it.
What are you doing? I was just telling you, what are you doing, bro? I'm monetized.
It's
chill.
a gay thing, and I think you may enjoy it.
What? Why are you being an asshole? Stop.
I didn't think I was. I was trying to recommend some content for you for the stream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Let me go ahead and put on some porn for my monetized stream. Sounds like a smart idea.
Well, it's cartoons, so it's okay. And they fuck each other. It shows them right inside each other.
You got anything else, or are you just going to talk about whatever bullshit this is?
I would also like to recommend Belasco Comics on Twitter.
All right.
And that is a bunch of black men that have sex with each other as well.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Gonna politely decline that one, but I'm glad that you know all this stuff. See ya.
Thank you, sir.
Guy recommends that I stream gay porn. Okay, weirdo. I'm monetized, so no, not doing that. Come on. I think I gotta go here. All right, should be able to zoop. Yeah, this is a whole area that I never touched as a kid. Let's see here. Tells us to go here, through a door, around the bend, and then there's going to be a gold skulltula there. Okay. All right, come on, William. You going to call in, or you're not going to defend what you just said? 'Cause that was a really dumb thing you had said. It was really fucking dumb. Should be up here. Gold skulltula. Here we are. Gosh, skulltula. Sick. Okay. Can I? Yeah, I think I can continue going up and hit up that area that I've never seen. Hell yeah. All right, let's see where we got to go next. Oh, sick. G. Patrick 51 says, what did William say? He said, I seriously can't take these low T males serious anymore. This guy other than Timu Tim Pool guy. Yeah, willing to hear him out. He's just got to call in. Not be a little coward that won't back up what he says. All right. I think I can just, yeah, I should be able to get over there. Bruh. Yeah, I did not make that in time. Let's go get that chest. Got it. Wow, 200 rupees. Okay. All right, so we just did that. Did we? Nope, we still don't have all the gold skulltulas. We collected the one on that wall, right? And didn't just go for the chest. Let me look. Yes, we did. Okay. Now let's keep taking a look at our map here. Out the door. Going down. All right. Go out the door. Go down. Go down. Go down. All right, I think, yeah, he's like right here. All right. Gaha. Oh, shoot. Forgot. I'm learning. Bomb. JI999A James says, yo, Monday night stream for the boys. Let's go. Hell yeah. That's what we be doing. And girls. For the boys and girls. Everybody. Everybody. Everybody, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Rock your body. All right, we got all the Fire Temple stuff. So we're done with that. No more Fire Temple. Ice Cavern? Ice Cavern? But, No, I think we just got to go to the Ice Cavern. All right. We're a long way before we get to the Ice Cavern, so we're going to just prelude of light to that. JI999E James says, how much have I missed? Not much. Other than William not calling in like a bitch. He's just going to sit there and ankle bite in the comments and not call in. Classic, classic. Classic, classic. All right, we're going. That's not the way to go. Let's see. AWOL says, no one calls yet, James. It's been pretty slow. There was one call, but it was only like 2 minutes, and I think that they were a troll. Yeah, that was Chad. We also had Flashy for a few minutes. He was just giving a suggestion. We're just vibing. We don't have to have calls all the time. We could just chill for a bit, and if a call comes in, you know, hey, that's cool too. I wish there was a good teleport. Ooh. You're on the line with 1stAmender.
Ahoy, Amender. How are my levels?
Your levels? Can I get your name?
This is James. Can you hear me all right?
Hey, James. Yeah, you're good. What you want to talk about?
Sweet, man. So we know we got spring break popping off. Question for you. Would you let your daughter or son go to spring break in Florida?
Sure.
Would there be like a particular age they would have to be, like drinking age 21, or would you be okay with 18?
I mean, if they're like, in college, they would already be over 18. So go for it, fam.
Not necessarily. I mean, you could be in college and be like 19, 20, right?
Yeah, go for it, fam. Like, have fun.
Dang. I think I have a daughter and I have a son, and I think maybe this will get into our topic.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I'd be a lot more steadfast in not allowing my daughter to go to spring break in Daytona Beach or Miami versus my son. What about you? What do you think? Would it be the same for both?
It would be the same for both for me.
Dang, because I know there's a lot of crazy shit popping off over there.
Yeah, I mean, like, no matter what you do, like, your daughter is going to have sex. It's gonna happen. Like, it's just a fact of life. If that's what you're concerned about, then, you know, I mean, I would probably say, like, make sure you're with a friend, stay safe, watch your drink, stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think a lot of times I think my son will probably be a lot better equipped with a group of his friends out there than my daughter and a group of her friends.
Yeah, a bunch of girls go out there anyway. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, I just think women lack that situational awareness. Like, do you remember that?
You think women lack situational awareness? Are you insane?
Well,
where did you get that?
Oh, it's just fact. So, like, have you ever been out with your
women are
significant other?
perpetually thinking about what is around them and and who is around them and whether or not they need to be worried. They're perpetually thinking about that. Have you seen studies of like they show like what things men look at versus what things women look at when they're walking? Men, they tend to just look forward and straight. Women look constantly around them, which makes sense, right? Women have more to worry about.
I actually think the opposite is the case. Is a man who's constantly looking at his surroundings. So like when I go to a restaurant, for example, you know, right when I walk into that restaurant, I'm looking at who's in the area. I'm looking at what my nearest exit would be. I'm looking at if anyone's looking a little off. I think women tend to go into situations, and maybe if they're by themselves and it's a pitch black street, maybe they'll clutch their purse if they see someone walking by. But for the most part, I mean, they're the same ones that will party until 1, 2 in the morning, you know, where these bad instances tend to happen. For guys, I mean, they're a little bit more prepared to defend themselves if something goes off. So if you throw drinking in that mix,
all right, so here I can show you that there is a study here. I don't know if you would be able to see it, but there's probably about a 12-second delay. This here shows a heat map of showing that in fact men primarily tend to look straight ahead, where women usually scan periphery. And yeah, I would completely understand why women would typically scan peripherals as opposed to straight ahead. Women have more to be afraid of.
And what are you reading from? Like you're reading from a...
This is a BYU University Communications. And this was a February 6, 2024, saying study visually captures hard truth. Walking home at night is not the same for women. Heat maps show men look straight ahead. Women scan periphery.
Okay, let's go off of that study and say that's the case. Wouldn't that be the exact reason why you wouldn't want your daughter out and about at around 2 in the morning walking streets?
I mean, I think the daughter can be smart enough to realize that they want to be with their friends, be in a group of people when they're out partying. I mean, it seems kind of obvious, but I would hopefully have taught my daughter to be intelligent enough to protect herself, have mace on her, do things that will keep her out of trouble.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think one of those things would be not putting yourself in a situation where you're not of clear mind. Would you agree?
I mean, I think that they're old enough to make decisions for themselves. And so if they decide that they want to go to a party and not be of clear mind, that doesn't mean, therefore, you have to stay at home alone. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I just let people be what they want to do and, just to make meaningful precautions to stay safe. That's it.
Yeah, I agree, but I think one of the biggest ways.
So hold on, just to be clear, Ray, because you said earlier that women don't tend to be very good at seeing all the danger that's around him as much as men, but I just proved you wrong on that, right? You want to take that back and say that women are actually better at scanning peripheral and would be more aware of their external surroundings than men are.
Sure.
All right, cool. Sick.
Right. But I would caveat to saying, in that one particular study, whatever their parameters were, that was the case. I could come up with more examples of how, that's not the case, and how women tend to put themselves in situations thinking that they're being safe, thinking that
I think it's just the fact that there's more danger for women, which is really sad that that's even a fact. Women should be completely safe going out, in my opinion.
I agree. No, I totally agree. I think women should be completely safe. But when you throw alcohol, you throw being young, not having your brain fully developed, you're bound to make the wrong choices. I know my wife, for example, has a fear of going out because in my community, there's been a bunch of news stories on people getting drugged at a particular bar. So her thing is not, oh, I'm going to go out and just not drink, is I'm just not going to go out, period. And maybe it's just not to this particular spot, but I think it goes without saying that you could be as safe as you want, you could be as cautious as you want, but some scenarios just involve you not being out in the first place.
Okay. Yeah, I think, again, people should be able to make their own decisions.
So if you were a parent and you would allow your children to 100%
she's 18.
make their own decisions?
Yes, she's 18. She's an adult. She can make her own decisions.
Okay.
And honestly,
cool,
I would instill enough trust in my daughter where this would not be a big deal.
Okay. Well,
not like the doting, controlling parent. I would let her make mistakes.
I mean, getting roofied at a bar, and
oh, come on, come on. You think I wouldn't tell her, hey, make sure you watch your drink? There's some weirdos out there. Like, come on, it's ridiculous. Be with friends, be with a group of friends. Watch your drink. Don't put your drink down. It's pretty obvious stuff.
Yeah, that's the basics, But I could tell you horror stories, to where, she could take all those precautions, and the only proper
answer. Yeah, I'm sure I
is,
could come up with a horror story of her getting T-boned on her way to a party or through a grocery store when she seatbelted. Like, what? I could come up with all sorts of insane scenarios. Right? You don't live your life in this perpetual fear. You make precautions, and then whatever happens. Hope for the best.
I agree. But I mean, I think you're relating it to, just because I'm mentioning that your likelihood is higher if you're drinking and you're in a place.
Yeah, I mean,
they're
18. They're old enough in my book. They're old enough. I've always been somebody that thinks that. The drinking age should be lowered anyway.
Oh, really? What age do you think it should be?
18.
18.
I think if you're old enough I think if you're old enough to die for your country, you're old enough to drink.
I agree. So would you change? So I know that there's nothing in the Constitution that basically says you have to be 21 to drink. It's all related to highway funding. So if you have this initiative to lower the drinking age, however your highway funding went down, or you got no highway funding at all, would you say that was still a good move, or would you
highway funding? What are you talking about? Like police?
No, so do you know why the drinking age is 21?
Good question. I don't know.
All right, yeah, so there's nothing that says it has to be 21. It's just what they come up with. And if a state has a drinking age that's not 21, they don't get highway funding.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
So that would be what's the word for it?
I've always thought I thought that 21, that's like a federal law. Is that not the case?
Yeah, but it's tied to highway funding. You can look it up. Maybe I'm getting it wrong, but I know there's nothing that says that it has to be 21, but it's tied to highway funds.
Okay.
So the federal government, will give you money.
I just think if you're old enough to die for the country, then you're old enough to drink. It just seems kind of.
I agree. I agree. Do you think we're going to have a boots on the ground war with Iran?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Donald Trump has been wanting that. He's been repeating that over and over to his staff.
What's interesting is I remember talking to you earlier, and in the comments I mentioned, oh, well, quietly, all of our allies are supporting this move. And I saw an article the other day where Trump's coming out.
Our allies
saying,
are not supporting this move.
Well, let me finish my point. So it was an article saying quietly behind doors they're supporting it, but publicly they're doing the exact opposite. And
they're not supporting.
Help me with. Okay, well, imagine that I got this article right. So I saw the other day that what's that Strait of Hormuz, right? That Trump's getting fucked with that Strait of Hormuz, and no one wanting to help out and protect that area. I find it kind of interesting to where, we had to support Ukraine, and if you didn't support Ukraine, you were Putin's cockholster. But now when we actually have an adversary that, a majority of nations are against.
Optional that we manufactured.
Well, I mean, it's been an issue for
optional that we, the United States, decided to manufacture. It's a manufactured war on the basis of helping out Israel. That's why we're doing it.
Yeah, no, a lot of people are coming.
We want to uphold an ethno-state, and this is a natural consequence of upholding ethno-states, is that it requires the infinite suffering of a minority of people, which includes Palestinians.
You know what? I think you're partially right on that. I think it's just this globalist agenda to say that, we're...
It's not a globalist agenda. A globalist agenda would argue to not do that. Yeah,
okay.
Globalism doesn't argue. Globalism doesn't argue for ethno-states.
I mean, globalism argues for a one rule order. And
so not an ethno-state.
Well,
I mean, I don't even think it argues for like a one world order. It's just a global cooperation thing. It has nothing to do with a one world order. People just argue the one world order because they think that because Christian nationalists see that as a sign of the end times, and they bring that up all the time. It has no basis in fact. No, that is necessarily what it is. It has no basis in fact.
Okay, sure. Well, I think a lot of normies are coming to the conclusion that our interest in Israel is wrong, but we can't seem to have
I agree.
that
We should not have
conversation.
ethno-states.
Right. And so I'm totally okay with it starting with Israel, and we totally withdraw all support from Israel. I think a majority of the people, right, left, would all agree.
The only way that I would consider helping out Israel would be if they stop being an ethno-state. But as long as they maintain their ethno-state, I don't want anything to do with that country. I think that country is terrible. I think that they are resulting in huge humanitarian disasters and violations that is just making the world a worse place, and I don't want anything to do with that. I don't want my government supporting that.
I agree. Israel sucks, man. There's a lot of weird shit going on over there. There's a lot of money that's lost, and it's always American blood that's shed outside of the Israelis. I think, and this is maybe one thing that I'm looking at Trump like, dude, what's the fuck? Especially it's not coming across as very America first. So, I mean, I know the left is probably happy about that.
I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about any of this. Trump is way more aggressive than I ever imagined he would be. He's way worse than I thought he was. I already thought he was horrible. Like, coming into this presidency, I knew he was horrible. I was like, we can't let this idiot run the country. He has no idea what he is doing. Not only does he have no idea what he is doing, but it's almost like neurotic, like what he's doing. He's doing the literal opposite of what's good for the country. At just about every step.
Yeah, I mean, especially on this point, I mean, I would like to give him the benefit of the doubt and saying that he has information that we don't have. Sure, he's not the first president to tango with.
He doesn't.
With
He doesn't
Iran.
actually listen to any experts. He thinks he knows everything.
I mean, that could be his public persona, but
No. This is literally, like, this is written in multiple books. He believes this. He believes he knows more than the economists. He knows more than the military strategists. He knows more than everybody because he's Donald Trump. That he believes this wholeheartedly. He knows this.
Well, I mean, I would say he has people around him that are giving the ideas, and he's the one that has to be the face of these ideas. And that's a lot of weight. I mean, do I think he's got the best around him? I would hope so. Do I know that if he's not satisfied with how someone's doing, he'll get rid of them? Yes. Is he facing anything that prior presidents haven't faced before? No. I mean, this is par for the course, just from a different playbook. We're no longer in the same scenario with the Middle East than as we were 10 years ago.
No, it's actually it's even worse. It's worse than ever.
Yeah, no, it doesn't seem to be getting better at all.
Let me ask you this. Would you vote in Donald Trump knowing what you know now?
I would, yep.
Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. Holy shit. That's astonishing. This is the worst. I want to let you know this is the worst. This is currently, as of right now, the worst president of your lifetime. If you're anywhere close to my age, this is the worst. Like, and Bush was bad. Bush was really bad. I remember George W. Bush. He was bad. I'm actually waiting for Donald Trump to show up on like a, on like a carrier ship, and on the back it says mission accomplished. I'm waiting for that stupid ass fucking thing to show up. You think he's going to do that? That fucking idiot is going to do that, and then we're going to end up embroiled in a 20-year war? I really hope not, but wouldn't surprise me at all. Wouldn't surprise me, not even in the slightest. We've been foaming at the mouth for this forever.
You know, the only way that I would probably regret my support would be if we actually declared war against Iran, and we had
we already have war against Iran. You don't have to declare war against Iran in order to have war against Iran.
But you have to acknowledge that if we don't declare, declaring war is official. If he was making it official, by that metric, we haven't been in war since the 1950s. That's a ridiculous argument. That's ridiculous. Well, no,
you don't need to declare war to be in a nightmare war. We spent trillions of dollars in the Middle East, right? Because of the Iraq war and the Afghanistan war.
Horrible. But the Iraq war, we did go to Congress for that. So, I mean, as far as an official declaration, that's really
because there was this threat of weapons of mass destruction which could never be found, and once again we're doing the same fucking thing as if everyone has amnesia. Everyone completely forgot everything about everything that happened in the last 20 years. I agree, man. I just don't understand it. It makes no damn sense to me.
Well, the war hawk said that all the weapons of mass destruction during Bush were moved to Pakistan. You remember that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's why we couldn't find them.
Yeah, a bunch of douchebags.
No, I mean, I don't think it's good being the world police and going out there and putting our noses and stuff. But the only way that I think we could get out of that particular situation is we just totally withdraw, but that doesn't bode well for our allies in that particular area. So it's tough, man. It's tough. I don't know anyone that would be able to navigate that.
Yeah, easily. Stop funding an ethno-state. Stop helping ethno-states. Have a hard-line position to go against ethno-states. Start establishing diplomatic ties with these countries. Then all of a sudden you'll find that there will be plenty of people that will agree with the United States and even assist us in the Middle East. People that we would traditionally refer to as enemies would no longer be enemies. That's how you fix this. But we're not going to do that. What we want is we want the Christo-fascist position where the only way that you can bring upon the second coming of Jesus Christ is by enacting a battle of Gog and Magog, or go to the fields of Megiddo to have a final fight. I'm not even kidding. This is unironic what elected officials believe. Bunch of fucking douchebags. Bunch of fucking piece of garbage douchebags that just that unironically are killing people because of some stupid 2,000-year-old fucking myth book. It's horrendous. It makes me sick to my stomach to even think about.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Islam is wild, man. I think
it's not Islam.
That's
the Bible.
What are you talking about?
The Bible.
The Bible.
The Bible says that. Yes, there are unironic Christo-fascists that believe that there needs to be an ultimate battle in Megiddo to bring on the second coming of Jesus Christ. There are people that are elected in office that have actually said this, like out loud.
Hey,
and that's why they want to That's why they're enacting battles in the Middle East. Not even kidding. That is unironically what they are doing.
Yeah, I guess it's that mindset of better them than us.
Well, no. The mindset is I believe in this really old ass fucking book that has no empirical evidence behind it whatsoever, and I will enact human death and suffering on behalf of effectively an older version of the equivalent of a Harry Potter book. It unironically makes me sick to my stomach to think about. That there are unironic politicians that have said this out loud and are not put in prison for this.
Right. You should see what they say about Islam. You know, you have a lot of sects of Islam that believe the Quran is perfect and it's God's direct interpretation. Thank God Christians.
I mean, if people are like murdering one another over Islam, I mean, those people should be put to death as well. Like, I'm sorry, like it's this religious extremism that really bothers me, and wanting a fight in the Middle East over that is completely idiotic.
Yeah, no,
it's one of the dumbest
I'm right
things I can imagine.
You, I don't want any more bloodshed for Israel. I don't want any more bloodshed overseas in some sandbox fucking country to the people who don't even give a shit about us. I think all of it has come time to stop.
I think they're just trying to live their life. Like I don't think they think about us all that often. I mean, they think about us often simply because we're involved in their lives. But obviously, I think if the United States just stopped, this would no longer be a problem.
I don't know, though. We brought soccer balls and indoor plumbing and schools to this nation, and what do we get out of it? You know, please.
And bombs.
Please don't kill us.
Bombs.
Yeah, bombs too. Yeah,
lots of bombs. Lots of death.
Yeah, but lots.
I don't know if I would link to soccer balls as like a good metric there. Maybe think about that a little more.
I mean, these are places that don't even have running water, and the Army Corps of Engineers goes in and
so I mean, maybe not keep throwing bombs at them and make the world worse for them, considering they don't even have running water.
I wish it was a humanitarian effort, but when we send our troops out there to help, there's
it was never a humanitarian effort. It was always for money.
Well.
It was always geopolitical interest. It has nothing to do with helping people.
I mean,
it would be great if it was actually used for helping people. We can actually make a difference, but it's not about that.
Right.
And it never was.
But there is a good deal. Like I was watching a documentary on a POW camp for German soldiers out in Oregon, and they were so surprised with how we treated prisoners of war, and they were treated much fucking better than any other country.
Unless, of course, if they're in Gitmo, in which case we treat them horribly and we don't let any news in there, because we literally tortured them. We tortured them, which is against Geneva Convention standards, and we did it anyway, regardless. And we don't let any news in there. So no, I'm going to tell you right now, we're not the good guys. I'm just going to tell you right now, we're not the good guys. Like, I know you're trying to paint the U.S. as being like the good guys. We're not.
Well, that's sad, man. That's sad. You think we're on the same
No,
level
I don't
as,
think. I don't think that way. I know we are. I know we are that way. And by the way, they want to chop our heads off because we keep bombing their country. That's why they want to chop our heads off.
Well, I mean,
it was never. It was never because of religiosity. I just want to point that out. That is a complete lie. Total bullshit. It has to do with the fact that we, the United States, have been destabilizing their countries for decades. We've been upholding a colonialist state at the detriment of innocent people for our own monetary benefit. That's why they hate us. It's not because of our freedoms. It's because we don't respect their existence.
I don't think that's the case. So you can watch.
You can look up. Yes, it is. You can look up the nakbah. The nakbah will literally tell you the exact reason why Palestinians are so pissed off about us. Right? We used to deal with people like the Shah, which, by the way, we instilled, but they were a hell of a lot friendlier to us back then. Right? It was only until after the nakbah that you started getting violent extremism, and I completely understand why that's a thing. I totally get it. Makes perfect sense.
That's not always the case.
Could you imagine if there was a foreign country that came to the United States and then removed 400,000 people and physically gave it to a foreign agent or a foreign entity and said, this is your home now and you have nowhere to live but some fucking tents, and then they bomb the shit out of you if you don't? Could you imagine the level of rage you would have? Tell me that you would not pick up a gun. Of course you would. Why wouldn't you? I'd do the same. I'd be like, yeah, we got to fight. We got to fight. They just took away my basic ability to exist. They took away what I owned. I get it. I would understand completely why they'd be fucking pissed off. And it blows me away that nobody can seem to have any level of empathy towards these people. It blows me away. You have like this idea of American exceptionalism, when in reality it is the Americans that have been the imperialists in the Middle East, and we're not the good guys. We're the bad guys.
Yeah, I think you have to look at it as 90s, the PLO. So for your example that you brought up, the Palestinians, they don't even get along with other Arabs in that area, and they've tried to rehome Palestinians in Arab countries, and they just always seem to want to carve out their own enclaves. So and there's even situations that
I mean, you're not going to find me supporting stuff like theocracies, but as well, I'm going to point out that you'll have, for example, a great deal of power being held, for example, by the Sauds, whereas the others have basically no power whatsoever, and so this results in additional violence. I agree with you there, but that's beside the point of what the United States has done, right? You're just kind of pointing at a completely separate situation.
Well, I'm just pointing out particularly that it's not as simple as we go there and we fuck up the region. I mean,
no, that's literally, it is that simple. That's the thing. A lot of people think that it's not that simple. It is that simple. If you want Palestinians and Islamic people to stop being violent towards you, and you want to go back to 1920, stop trying to create ethno-states in their region.
Yeah. No, I think they should better their own region, and we should 100%.
Yeah, you can't better your own region if they're constantly bombing.
Right, I agree. So
we've been doing it for decades. How do you build up your own region if all that happens is bomb, 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 bomb? Oh, did I forget another bomb?
Right. So
how are you going to build that up? What a dumb dude! That is a dumb thing to say. Come on, man. Really?
No, I mean, we've had countless.
How do you build something up where there's just perpetual bombing? How about you walk me through the steps? How do you build something up when you just bomb all day?
Well, it's not as simple as...
No.
how do
You're
you
going to
build things?
answer that question. How do you build something up when there's bombing all the time?
Well, it's not as simple as just building things up. So what you have to do
Nope,
to
you said
start,
that you could build things up, and I'm saying that no, you can't build things up. They're bombing all the time. So I'm going to ask you once again, how do you build something up when they're bombing all the time?
Right. So to answer your question, it's not as simple as just building things up. There has to be another...
Then why would you say something like... Why would you say something like, if they would just build up their own countries? Why would you say that?
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm not only talking
If it's not as simple as just building up their...
Well, it's a multi-pronged approach.
Yeah,
Obviously,
maybe here.
when you're saying-
Step one, really simple. Stop bombing. Really simple, right? Put more money into our college education, and stop bombing. Hot take. Stop. Less bombs, more education, more books, more R&D. How about that?
Yeah. So just like how you gave those
It's a lot
2 points
cheaper,
there,
too.
I'm gonna right. Just how you gave those 2 points there, I'm gonna build off those 2. So yeah, stop the bombing is definitely a must. But also having these people realize this is gonna be fucked up to say. Having people realize that they have to build their own democracy. So you're not going to get there, like you said earlier.
Yeah, I'm not in favor of forcing democracy. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It causes a humanitarian disaster. Just because you build up a democracy doesn't magic it in. I think people need to come to their own conclusions off of that. There's no way you're going to be able to enforce it. It's resulted in humanitarian disasters, and I reject that foreign policy premise.
Right. So we got to keep the people in their country to better their own country. And yeah, you're going to have
So you're
a
just
couple
going to do the
probably,
racism? You're just going to do the racism? Really? Come on, man. You were doing so well. What happened?
Racism? What are you talking about?
You went full racist.
How is that racist?
Keeping people in their own country? You don't see how that could be racist?
How are they going to better their own country if they don't stay there?
Well, so here's the thing, right? I think people have a right to move from one location to another.
Answer my question. Answer the question.
How are
you going to...
Not everybody's going to move out of the fucking country, you idiot. Not everybody's going to move out of the country. People who want to stay in the country, stay in the country. People who want to move out of the country can move out of the country. It's called freedom of movement.
Who are the people that move out of the country?
People that want a better life.
Right. So they should protect their countrymen, better their own country, and the people that can, that have the skill set, that have the knowledge, that have
Why did you say?
this,
let me ask you this: Why did you say? Why did you
you
say that they need to stay in their own country? Who's they?
The nationals of that country, they should stay there and see
The
that
nationals?
their country is
Who's the
is improved.
nationals? What is that? What does that mean? So, like, only
People
the
that
people
are-
who run the country need to stay in the country, and all the citizens can leave? What are you talking about?
So it would look like the citizens there would stay under the guise that they have a allegiance to their country to better it for the generation that comes after.
A way to get out of the country, not be forced to stay in a country that's fundamentally broken.
Sure,
I
but
think
it's
there's
not gonna
things like
improve.
brain drain that make it very difficult to repair a country, and it requires external assistance. And it's quite often that you have people that just have to move out of the country and hopefully build up their life in another country as a result. It is what it is.
Yeah, well, perfect. So you brought up brain drain, so you have some idea of what I'm talking about. So yeah, I think it would be the exact same thing to where, you know, they
Do you think that a specific ethnicity belongs like to a specific country? Like, do you think that that people of a particular ethnicity speak a specific language should be in a particular country, or?
No, not based solely upon ethnicity, no. But I do think certain cultures aren't compatible with the West.
Why?
Because it's proven that they come to the country, they come to the United States.
Culture changes all the time. Culture changes all the time. It's taught. We have a ton of Muslims.
Okay, well,
we have a ton of Muslims in this country, and they're perfectly compatible. They've created businesses. You don't have a bunch of terrorists. It's actually pretty low in terms of like the rest of the rest of the countries. They're perfectly assimilated in the United States, comparatively speaking, to our European counterparts. It's true.
I wouldn't think so, because you brought up on the stream the other.
It is.
Well, okay. Well,
listen, we can agree to
listen to
disagree
this.
there all day long, but it's just wrong. Like you saying that is just wrong.
Okay. Okay, well, listen to this, and then you can say if you disagree or not. So you brought up the other day, the measles outbreak. So I lived in Maine for a while, and they have a high population of African migrants. Do you know who the top of people that don't vaccinate their kids are?
Mormons?
No, the Africans that were coming to Maine. So you can imagine what happened when these children. Yeah,
I mean the best that I can offer for that is that the government recommends that you take vaccines, which is a hell of a lot better than what we're doing right now, which the government is actively avoiding making recommendations for vaccines, which is completely idiotic.
Yeah, sure. So you could have a culture that's never grown up with indoor plumbing, that's never grown up with vaccinations,
and then they use it, right? Because all those things are taught, right? You don't like you get taught to use plumbing, you get taught to vaccinate, right? This isn't hard. This is easily taught out. You act like that there's something inherent about these people being with the lack of plumbing.
Well, no, that was just an easy example to bring up. There's plenty more examples, but I think that.
But you act like that there's something inherent to plumbing and vaccines, but that's just not true. It's just education. You just need to help people get educated. This isn't hard.
Oh, right. So you can educate people, but there are still people who have no ability to assimilate, that have no interest in changing their culture.
Also changeable. Culture changes. It always changes.
Okay.
Changes all the time. Totally normal.
The vast majority of people who can't even point out what American culture is.
What the fuck? What do you think? What do you think? I don't think you could point out what American culture is, with all due respect.
No, it's definitely hard, but I'll do a hell of a lot better than someone who just showed up here a year, 2 years, 5 years, 6 years ago, hell, even 10 years ago.
Why don't you help me out? What is American culture?
Well, I would say American culture, it's a tough one. Let's see.
How do you sit there and dog on a bunch of immigrants not getting immigrant culture? You're like, oh, tough one. Let's see. How do you not know that off the top of your head? Are you serious?
Well, I'd like to give you an example.
Oh, my God, dude. I started rattling off a bunch of shit, like, immediately in my head. I was like, John Locke, Creole food.
That's the easy shit.
Creole is fucking sick. Fucking jazz music.
Food doesn't count.
The tech industry, Google. I think Nashville, Tennessee, Washington D.C. This is American culture. Hot dogs, Chicago dogs, pizza with too much cheese on it. That's American culture right there. Yeah.
I think it goes deeper.
I said John Locke. Did I not say John Locke? I said John Locke.
Yeah, John Locke, but more people can't even name a single book from John Locke.
Well, I mean, I don't care. I don't care if they're uneducated. I'm educated enough to where I know that.
But I would say it's more freedom of speech, freedom of Second Amendment.
Yeah, what the fuck do you think John Locke is? That's what John Locke is.
Right. In Bill of Rights, I think that's a good place to start. I think it's deeper than food and things of that nature.
But you understand that this is like a really stupid thing to kind of get stuck on, considering the fact that you said that you could do a hell of a lot better than an immigrant. And then when I asked you to name some culture, you're like, oh, I don't know. That's a tough one. You don't find an issue with that at all?
Well, speaking with you, but speaking with the migrant, I would rattle off all the things that you said. I was trying to give you a little bit more to work off of. We already know the off the top shit, baseball, apple pie, shit like that. But
Yeah.
you know, these types, not everyone is compatible with the West. So I guess I'll summarize it and I'll leave
Well,
you
it's
on to
taught
the
out.
next caller.
It's taught out.
Yes, part of it's taught, but there's
No, all of
certain
it is
sets
taught.
people,
All of it is taught. There's nothing
okay,
inherent
fine.
about American culture that's embedded in your alleles. That's not how that works. It's all taught.
Okay, sure.
Get it out of your head that
I'll
there's
give you
something
that.
inherent
We can
about
say-
being an American. There isn't. Right? If you were born
All right, fine.
in Saudi Arabia, you would have Saudi Arabian ideals.
Yeah, and those ideas would be worse than the United States, correct?
If that's your opinion, great. I'm sure there's some things that they can that they do better than we. I don't know. I've never been to Saudi Arabia. I know they have a lot of ideas that I very much dislike, right? I like to drink, for example. I think it sucks that they don't get to drink. Or like they just hide it like fucking bitches.
Hey, man. Well, all I could say is at the end of the day, I think it's better off that immigrants would better their own communities versus
No, I think if
everyone
they want to
leaving.
better their life, they can do it. There's nothing wrong with bettering your life.
Sure. Just don't get upset when their own community is fucked and they're all sitting there wondering why.
Why would their community be fucked? We're not bombing them all day long.
Yeah, hey, well, I agree. That's a good place to start. But hey, man, Monday stream for the boys. I'll be listening, big dog.
See ya.
Thanks for having my call.
Bye-bye. Holy crap. Holy racism, Batman.
What's the Batman thing about? I'm just.
I don't know. You ever see like Batman and Robin, where Robin's like, "Holy jumping whiskers, Batman!" I don't know. You're on the line with 1stAmender.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you. What's your name?
Nigger, 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 nigger.
You only get once to do that, and then you get banned. That's how this works.
Well, I don't know why he was using that one because
Yeah, if you want to get banned and never be able to call again, all you gotta do is do that, and then that's it. I can't have you on the show anymore. Okay?
Well, you should let him know that.
Yeah, fucking
that
dick.
I'm Mexican.
Let's see what we can do over here.
Oh, my favorite room in all of Zelda
of
is in this game. Is in this map.
Shadow Temple.
Have you been to that room yet that has the two spiky walls closing in, made of wood?
Yes, it's very cool.
I love that room because there's
It
no
is-
room like that in any other Zelda game. I was actually
Yeah.
stumped there for so long. I was like, "Is this the
You're
final
like,
boss?
oh no, what do I
Is
do?
this
What
the
do I
boss
do?
room?"
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And then you're like, Din's fire. You're like, yes, that's what I do.
Like, I mean, I was only stuck on it for a day, but I mean, I was very surprised with myself that I got stuck on that. I'm like, this is just typical Zelda. Okay, fire. Yeah, the fire roadblock.
Yeah, I've got 87 gold skulltulas, so we're doing really well.
Wow. One thing that sucks about the gold skulltulas in Ocarina of Time is that whenever people make the ROM hacks, it's very, very hard to make the gold skulltula map system work properly. You know what I'm talking about? Where it shows if they're all there.
Oh, hold on.
It's impossible.
You're on the line with 1stAmender.
How's it going today?
Can I get your name?
Brian.
All right, Brian. What you want to talk about?
I was just listening in, and there was a gentleman talking about how people should stay in their own countries, and then you mentioned that it was racist.
Yeah, it's racist.
I don't think it is.
Okay.
I think it's nationalist, but I don't understand why you're conflating nationalism with racism.
Because people often conflate they conflate their ethnicity with their nation. And so I conflate that to racism. It's just racism in my eyes.
Yeah, well, it's a nationality. It's not a race.
I understand that. I'm saying people attribute the nationality often to a race.
But when they're talking about countries, are people allowed to talk about people
So let me ask you this. In the United States, is it multi-ethnic?
Yeah.
Okay. But then when they say something like, you're not from here, right? Does the idea of like a white guy come to your head, or do you think of like not a white guy?
I don't think in terms of the race. I think
you don't. But what about other people?
I think the left thinks about race all the time. I think you're obsessed.
You're being disingenuous. You're being disingenuous. You know exactly what I'm talking about. If somebody, for example, is speaking Spanish, they look Mexican, what they think in their head is that person is not from here. Despite the fact that it's totally possible that the Mexican was born here, they're just speaking Spanish. Totally possible. And you've already admitted that we're a multi-ethnic society. I think you're being deliberately obtuse when you say, okay, well, these people need to go back to their country. It's ultimately a racist implication. And I just explained logically how I got to that position.
But could it not, like, let's say someone says that, what do you think the likelihood is that they're not racist? Or is it like 100% they're racist?
I would say like minimum, it's probably like a 90%. 90%. It would be pretty rare that somebody would not be making a racist implication with that one, because people often tie ethnicity to a nation. They do it all the time.
Well, if someone's talking about other countries, they're not bringing race in. You are.
So do you know what a dog whistle is?
I think more people speak directly than in dog whistles. I think when people are talking.
No, I think the right has to deliberately be obtuse because they say some extremely abhorrent shit and they have to whitewash it to make it seem more palpable. For example, these people are not from here when looking at a bunch of Mexicans, when in reality, it's just racism. I explained to you very clearly how it is racist, and you seem to be acting deliberately obtuse. You yourself are contributing to that at this point.
Well,
you are proving my point by denying its existence.
Well, you're making it. I'm
not making it impossible. I'm saying, no, that's what happens. People do that all the time. You saying that doesn't happen doesn't magic away the fact that it happens. I've experienced it. I've experienced it myself with the thousands of right-wingers that I've talked to. And you're going to tell me it doesn't happen? Of course it happens.
I think you're misinterpreting it and demonizing people who don't think that way.
You said that when people are referring to a nation, that it's not racist. And I'm telling you, I've had thousands of conversations where that actually is what happens. And people often associate nation to race. So what you're saying flies in the face of not only my personal experience, but as well as my experience with just right-wingers in general.
Well, I don't see the leadership talking like that. That's not a part of the party
platform.
What?
You think Donald Trump isn't talking like that? Do you have any idea how much racist shit that Donald Trump says? He literally says, why the fuck do we want to have people coming from their shithole countries? Are you serious? You don't think that's racist?
It has nothing to do with race. It has to do with their shitty country.
Oh my fucking God, dude. You're a fucking douchebag. Are you serious? You're being honest here.
Yeah. I genuinely
Do you actually believe this?
I do.
All right. Let me ask you this. How old was your house that you grew up in?
How old was it? I don't know, maybe 20 years, I guess.
20. You're not sure it's like over 50 years old, where you had literal lead in the walls, and that your brain has just been completely cooked because of your lack of critical thinking skills that you're exhibiting right now? You don't think it could be a lot older?
I think it was in the 60s.
Well, I'm just saying, I think you're lacking basic critical thinking skills. I think anybody who worth their own salt. I mean, Donald Trump himself was sued. I think it was back in the 70s for being deliberately discriminatory to black people. It was proven that he denied people access, despite having the funding to be able to go and to have a tenement house in his built Trump apartments, but simply for the fact of being black, they were denied. And there was a settlement that they had reached about that back in the 70s. And he has repeatedly said many racist statements since then. So it doesn't surprise me that Donald Trump himself is a racist.
So just stating a fact here. So throughout his life, there's 2 people that sued him over some not getting housing or some bullshit. You know how many transactions that guy's a part of and has been a part of for 50 years? And the fact that there's only they can scratch up a couple people that said this and that. I mean, you really have to look at the track record, look at the fact of prison reform, look at the people he surrounds himself with. He's not a racist, and he doesn't talk in racist terms unless you're looking for that.
What about the Obama birther conspiracy? What was that? That wasn't racist?
I don't know. That's a tough
He literally provided the exact location, the birth certificate, straight on Obama's website, yet he still said the same fucking thing because he's a fucking racist piece of shit. Do you think Mexicans are rapists?
The ones that are crossing the border, that are breaking laws and being in the cartel and taking money.
What if I told you? What if I told you? That based on So he said when Mexico sends its people, he said they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay. So the problem is that empirically, shut the fuck up. You're gonna listen.
Oh, why are you getting angry?
Because you're a fucking racist. And now as soon as you're sitting there coming in and saying some fucking racist ass shit,
I think
you're sitting there agreeing that they're in these shithole ass countries, and then I'm fucking blowing it up straight in your fucking face, and all of a sudden you're getting upset because you're being a fucking piece of garbage. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna listen to me.
Why don't you go to Senegal?
You're gonna sit there and fucking listen to me, asshole, fucking racist piece of garbage.
You're the racist.
So here we go.
The
So if Mexico says if Donald Trump says when Mexico sends its people, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, and they're rapists. The problem with that is the fact that empirically speaking, even by a per capita basis, the amount of violent crime that is caused by even illegal immigrants is lower than that of native born population. Did you know that?
But that's besides the point. But
Did you know that?
To stay on task.
Did you know that? That's a yes or no question. That doesn't give you a free pass to say whatever the fuck you want to say. You've already proven to me that you've argued some fucking some racist shit. So now what you're going to do is you're going to answer the question directly. I'm going to tell you right now, okay? So I'm going to ask you once again, okay? Because you didn't. Even illegal immigrants commit less violent crime than native-born counterparts by a per capita basis. Did you know that?
I can believe that. That doesn't matter.
You can believe
really not
that?
the point. Yeah.
That's not an answer to my question. Did you know that?
I don't know or not know that.
Okay.
I haven't.
Well, the facts bear. I'm going to let you know that the facts 1,000% bear that it is in fact overwhelmingly the native-born population that commits violent crimes by a per capita basis versus even illegal immigrants in the United States. Okay. So when Donald Trump, stop. When Donald Trump comes in and says, when Mexico sends its people, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, he is associating Mexicans with criminal intent and rape, which, by the way, FYI, if you're concerned about the cartel, it has everything to do with the fact that the United States has created the drug war that has enabled the cartel to even exist to begin with. So you're talking about the United States, which has made Mexico a worse place to live empirically, that our policies have caused Mexico to be worse. And then you're blaming Mexicans for the things that the United States has caused.
They got to figure it out. It's their country.
Okay.
Don't forget prohibition.
If there is a separate country that's coming in and they have enacted a policy that has empirically made your way of life harder, you'd probably blame that country, wouldn't you?
You probably what that country?
You would probably blame that country for fucking up your country, wouldn't you?
Blame that country? I don't know what you mean.
Blame. Blame.
Oh,
B-L-A-M-E.
You blame that country? People could feel that way. I mean,
No, I'm not asking people. I'm asking you. Why can't you listen?
Well, because I'm trying to have a high-level conversation with you, and you seem to be
Dude, you
more
can't even answer basic questions. There is no high-level conversation. You sat there and said openly that Donald Trump is not a racist, yet empirically, I can show you Donald Trump has said repeated racist remarks over and over and over. The shithole countries, the Mexicans are rapists comment. What the, are you listening to the conversation? I already gave you several. Don't say name one. I named several. I already named them. And you can't actually argue against it. Brian?
Ever seen Canelo?
Brian, I need you to acknowledge the fact. I need you to acknowledge the fact. Okay? When Donald Trump says, when Mexico sends its people, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, is that a racist thing to say?
No, because Mexico's a country.
You're a fucking disingenuous fucking hack. Holy shit, dude. Did you not listen earlier how people often associate a country to ethnicity?
You do because you're a racist.
All right, let me ask you this. What is somebody who comes from Mexico? What do you call them?
Mexican?
Oh, holy shit. You associated an ethnicity to a country. How dare you?
No.
Are you dude, do you see how easy it is for me to just walk you to it? Yes, so when you say when Mexico sends in people, he's referring to they're bringing drugs. He's referring to Mexicans. They're bringing crime. That is, he's referring to Mexicans. They're rapists. He's referring to Mexicans.
Yes, I know.
So yeah, it's racist. It's racist, douchebag. Oh my God. Hispanic. Actually, it's Mexican isn't an ethnicity. What's actually the thing is that Hispanic is the real ethnicity, and therefore Donald Trump is not a racist. What a fucking idiotic argument. What a fucking idiot you are. No, dude, I love it when people like you call me because I love making clips out of you dumb motherfuckers. God damn, you're dumb. You can't acknowledge the basic fact. You cannot acknowledge the basic fact in front of you. And you have to play all sorts of no. You're the one sitting there defending that the statement when Mexico sends its people, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists is not racist. You said that.
Mexico is not a race.
Let's try one more time, idiot. Let me ask you this. Well,
you respond
is the
to me.
statement
I mean, is it not?
When Mexico sends its people? Hey, listen. Is the statement?
It can be white people.
Is the statement when Mexico
can be black people.
sent?
They can
Hey,
be Hispanic
douchebag! Stop talking, idiot! You're being an idiot. You're being an idiot. Stop.
You're not
when
responding
Mexico
to the court.
sends its people, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists. Is that
Mexico's
a
not a race.
racist thing to say?
No,
it's not
Mexico
racist.
is
Why
a
is it not
country,
racist?
Not a race. Because Mexico's not a race. It is a country.
All right.
Hispanic.
But you associate Mexico. You associate Mexico with Mexican. You stupid. You did. You idiot.
No.
You said that. You said that yourself.
Can be white.
Dude,
did you know that
understand?
Mexicans
Okay,
can be white?
Listen.
Did you know that Mexicans can be white?
Listen. When someone says
Did you know
Mexican,
that?
like
You know
I
that
guess if you
Mexicans
wanted
can
to
be white?
operate on Mexican people being a nationality, the problem is that Mexican is treated as a part of a broader ethnic racial category of Latino or Hispanic. Because of that, critics are arguing
Latinos.
statements about Mexicans just functions as a racial generalization. How people are able to determine somebody being Mexican is that they look at their skin color, they look at what they look like, and then they go, okay, that's a Mexican. No, you do, asshole. You're the one sitting there saying, okay, then how do you know that someone's from Mexico?
They speak Spanish probably.
Okay, but you know what? Americans can speak Spanish. Yo puedo hablar castellano. Am I Mexican? You stupid racist fuck. God, you're dumb. Brian, I hope you call in next time, man, and maybe come in with a better fucking argument, because goddamn, you got fucking cooked this conversation. You won't even acknowledge in order for us to have a legitimate conversation, you have to acknowledge basic facts, and you are completely incapable of doing that. And with that, we're going to move on. What a fucking douchebag.
No habla contigo no más. No habla contigo no más, no pendejo.
Fuck these and I love it. I need a container. It says classic, disingenuous, racist. Obviously, when we're looking at the term, hold on. Phone call? You're on the line with 1stAmender.
Bumpy.
What's up, Bumpy? What did you think of that call?
So I can go through the Discord.
What did you think of that call?
I think I'm going to upset you.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
What's new?
All right. So 1980s, Mariel boat lift. Cubans in the United States are allowed to go to Cuba and pick up their relatives. As a result, Fidel Castro opens up the prisons, opens up the sanitarium.
You're a fucking dirty nigger, and you need to kill yourself now. I am Goku, so much better than you.
Give me a second. I have to.
What the hell?
I have to ban this user. Hold on. Give me a moment.
Amender, that was.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I got
the fuck.
All right. Sorry.
I know.
Can you repeat that?
So 1980s, Mariel boat lift allows Cubans in the United States to go take boats over to Cuba and pick up their relatives. Castro states, if you don't want to be in Cuba, then we don't want you. Get them out of here. Come get them. Calls them worms. As a result, Castro opens up the prisons. And effectively, when you went to go pick up your family members, which I did have my family members come over that way, you had to take not only your family members, but a certain amount of murderers, rapists, insane people. So the statement, when Cuba sends its people, it's sending its rapists, its murderers, its insanes. It's not racist. If he had said,
so I'm confused. Is Cuba somehow related to Mexico?
It gives context to the words he said, because he didn't say.
Okay, well, the context is no. I could tell you what he said. What he said, he says, when Mexico sends its people, they're bringing drugs, crime, they're rapists. That's what
I think
Donald Trump said. He was specifically talking about Mexico. He's not talking about Cuba.
But I think we can agree that the right feels there's an invasion issue going on the southern border. So there's a huge difference between saying when Mexico sends its people and saying when Mexicans come over. Because sends their people implies an invasion. He's not
Okay,
saying
and
that
how is
all
that not racist?
Because he's not saying all Mexicans are. He's saying the ones that they're sending with the sole purpose.
Okay, but they're not doing that. Even illegal immigrants commit lower crimes than lower violent crimes than that of native-born citizens. That's empirically the fact.
I agree with that. However,
all right, so saying that, implying that Mexicans or Mexico sending its people and that they're bringing drugs, crime, and that they're rapists is racist. Wouldn't you agree?
It is racist if it would apply to all Mexicans, but it's not.
That's literally what it's doing. He is saying, how is he not referring to just Mexico? Is when they're bringing, they're saying when Mexico sends its people, they're bringing drugs, crime, and they're rapists. That's racist.
Twofold. I believe Donald Trump employs many Mexicans, probably in the hundreds, if not thousands.
What the fuck does that matter?
Because he's not racist against Mexicans.
You could be a slave owner and own a lot of slaves. Does that make you racist against black people? Yeah. What is that argument?
But because slavery implies ownership, employment. When you employ,
I mean, but if you're sitting there and you're degrading somebody based on their ethnic origin, and you're referring to the people in this country as people that bring in crime and people that are rapists based on ethnicity, that's racist.
If you're referring to all of the people,
no. Don't play this mind game. You're not going to do this mind game shit. Look at it as it is. Don't play apologetics to the fucking thing that's obvious for everyone to see. When Donald Trump says, when Mexico brings in, number one, it's not even true. Where are you getting that information that is true? It's not true. First of all, and second of all, while I can acknowledge that Mexican is a nationality, right? What people in the U.S. do, it's not like that you're going to be able to perceive the difference of a Mexican or a Cuban, or, people are going to look at them and say, Mexican, despite the fact that it's just Latino Hispanics. And so it is referring to Mexicans as rapists or criminals. That's just a racial generalization. Number one, it's not true. It's empirically false. There is no evidence to show that Mexicans cause higher violent crime than that of native counterparts, even by a per capita basis. That's true. Agreed. You can't argue against the fact. So under the basis, so if Donald Trump says that when Mexico sends its people, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, he's associating Mexicans, and with that, as a result, all Latino people, because people can't tell the difference between a Mexican and a Cuban. I don't think I would be able to either. He is being racist.
Except in that specific statement, the subject is not Mexican people. The subject is Mexico as a nation state. Donald Trump is not saying the people are. Donald Trump. All right,
I'm gonna repeat the fucking statement one more time. And this and here's what I want you to do. Do you got a pen and paper?
I know it. I know it.
No, you fucking don't, actually, Bumpy. No, you actually in reality, you don't fucking know it. So I'm gonna tell it to you one more time, okay? Ready? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. When Mexico sends its people, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists. Is he talking about the physical country of Mexico coming into the country of the United States, like the physical landmass? Or is he talking about the people?
I believe he's talking about the place. And
what a fucking idiot, dude. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Can physical land masses
like speaking about the Chinese
Hold on a
government
sec.
or
Hold
speaking
on.
about the Iranian regime.
All right, no, you're going to stop right there,
rhetoric.
Bumpy. Land masses can't physically move. They can't physically move from one spot to another. Okay, that's not any obvious. And Donald Trump, by the way, is literally telling you when Mexico sends its people, he is obviously talking about people.
Okay, but Amender, why not say Mexicans are or these people are? That's racist
He
rhetoric.
said it, asshole. He said it.
said
He says
what?
when Mexico sends its people.
But Mexico is the subject.
How are you
not
this
the
stupid? How you can't be this stupid. You can't. You cannot be this stupid. I refuse to believe that you think that when Donald Trump is talking about when Mexico sends its people, that actually Donald Trump did not mean the people. He meant the physical landmass. Are you serious? You can't be this stupid. You're not this stupid, right, Bumpy?
He's speaking adversarially about Mexico, not about the people.
You're a fucking idiot. He literally said when Mexico sends its people.
Okay. Okay, let's move on from that one.
No. And there is no argument. He's not talking about a landmass. He literally said it's people. And also, secondly, it makes no sense because landmass can't cross to another past a border. That doesn't make any sense. It's not a goddamn floating island that can just magic over the border.
Okay, if someone were to make the statement when China sends their people, their spies,
shit, dude.
Are you
Bumpy,
saying all Chinese people are spies?
I need you to rewatch this section because this is the dumbest argument I've ever heard. You think he's talking about the physical landmass?
I think he's speaking adversarially.
He says the people. It's racist.
I believe in that context,
Bumpy,
the word
it's
Mexico
racist.
represents.
I need you to. I've shown you directly how. The landmass is not an argument. That's not what he said. That's not what he implied. That doesn't even make any sense. So you have no out. You have to acknowledge it was racist. In order for you to be in reality, you have to acknowledge that that's the case.
But Mexican people are not even the subject of the statement. How are
yes,
you going to
it
make
is.
a racist statement? They're not. The subject
Donald
is
Trump
Mexico.
says when Mexico sends its people, he's talking about the people.
Listen how abstract that is. Why wouldn't you
No,
say
it's
Mexicans
not abstract. You're making it abstract on purpose. I don't know. Maybe you lack critical thinking here, or you have no reading comprehension whatsoever. I'm speaking it to you.
Well, regardless, you'll get a good clip from this. Can I please move on to the next one?
Go ahead. Go. The landmass thing is complete. No, actually, no, you can't move past this. No, I'm going to harp on this. When I say when Mexico sends its people, they're bringing in drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists. That's racist to say, right? We're going to acknowledge facts today, right?
I think context matters. If he had said Mexicans
not an answer to my question. You're going to answer the question directly. Yes or no? Is it racist to say when Mexico sends its people, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists? Is that racist?
I think it's a very simplistic view to say that.
What a fucking... you're not answering the question. It is so dodgy. It is such a dodgy fucking non-answer. Please work with me here. Answer the question. You know we're not going to move off of this until you answer the question. But I'm going to ask you once again, because it's a yes or no question. It is a yes or no question. No, not to me. It's very simple. Listen, here, I'm going to try it right now. Poon, can you unmute for a second?
Yeah, what's up, my friend? Yeah.
All right, Poon, here's the question. When Mexico sends its people, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists. Is that a racist thing to say?
Yeah, and let me add...
All right,
actually, just yes.
That was a very quick. That was a very quick response. He said yes. You could say no to this question if you don't think it's racist, right? It's a simple yes or no.
I don't think in his context it was meant as a racist statement.
All right. Then we have to agree to disagree. You're not in reality.
I'm okay with that.
All right.
Can I bring up the next one?
Sounds good, Bumpy.
I think it's unfair when people say Israel is an ethno-state when Israel allows Palestinians to buy property and hold
Literally
power.
doesn't do that. Literally doesn't do that.
Are you denying that there's Palestinians in the Knesset?
So
They have
legally
voting rights.
speaking, they don't have a law in the books that say that you are that a Palestinian can't own property. However, they're capable of, I believe it's through the Israeli Land Authority, where they physically bar Palestinians from being able to own land. In fact, they openly steal land from Palestinians, which are rightfully owned by Palestinians, all along the West Bank, even alongside the United Nations map that was created on the basis of West Bank approval. They've been stealing this land for a very long time now, since the nakbah, and it has not gotten any better. And the reason why and what they're doing here is that they are specifically targeting people that are not of ethnic origin Israeli, which would make it Israel an ethno-state. Do you understand how I got to that conclusion?
I do, but do you understand how I get to mine? That there are Palestinians that legally own land?
Yeah, I
and
understand
hold
that there are
political power.
Palestinians that own land. We can easily get past that and know that they specifically take away land from people specifically for being Palestinian. That's the problem I'm having.
Settlers do, but I don't believe
It doesn't matter.
happening
I don't feel that a person based on ethnicity should be denied access to land. If they have the money, then let them buy land. It doesn't matter what ethnicity they are. That's not currently what Israel is doing. Israel is doing the exact opposite of that.
I would argue Gaza is more of an ethno-state than Israel is.
What? Gaza has to live that way.
But Gaza
has to live that way because they've relegated it into an open prison.
But in their very own mission statement, they're anti-Jewish.
Why? I wonder why. I can't imagine why they would be. Could the nakbah have anything to do with that? What are you talking about? Are you okay?
Yes.
You're going to put the blame on the fucking Palestinians where like they're the ones that are dying in mass?
Who owns the land the Palestinians were removed from?
What? The Palestinians originally owned the land. It was through our desire of creation of an ethno-state because of the nakbah.
It was British land.
What?
Palestinians were living on.
So okay, you're justified in taking land on the basis of imperialism? I just want to be clear, right? That's what you think. If I have a big enough gun, I can just take land? That's all we got to do?
And if you go before that, it was Ottoman land.
Yeah. So what you do is that you don't justify the existence of land on the basis of imperialism to create an ethno-state. I'm still stuck on the same exact problem. It's the same problem, right? I don't like the idea of ethno-states. I think ethno-states, in order to have one, you have to cause a crap ton of suffering upon a lot of people. And it shows. It shows in Palestine.
So then go before the 1960s. It wasn't an ethno-state when it was
before the nakbah?
The Palestinians have never had sovereignty. They've never had a sovereign government. What? They've been a nomadic people. And if that's what you choose
they were settled there. They owned the land. They were physically wrested from that land. Do you know what the nakbah is?
Yes, it was when they removed
them. Then what the fuck are you arguing?
Because they were basically squatters.
What? What do you mean squatters? They own the land.
The British own the land.
Dude, we got to move on. Dude, you think that they're squatters?
Legally they were.
Dude, they were settled there. Do you know what? Do you remember the Lockean theorem of squatters' rights? Do you know about that? Do you know anything about that?
No.
Okay, so basically there's this idea that if you're pouring energy into the land and you're taking care of the land and you're making it better and you're there for an X period of time, having not having helped and tilled the land and nobody effectively owned it, then what happens is that you end up owning the land. The reason why is because you poured your energy into that land. You understand?
Yes.
So if you have a bunch of Palestinians that sit there completely uncontested on their land for decades, then they would therefore own the land.
Well, it wasn't
Right?
uncontested.
That's exactly what we did under Lockean theorem when it came to Native Americans that would spend decades not showing up on their land. They were a nomadic tribe going from land to land. So if you reject this, you would basically have to reject people in the United States owning land.
I don't reject that, sir.
Okay,
the Ottoman
so
Empire lost
then
the
we
concept.
should probably say that we shouldn't establish ethno-states.
The Ottoman Empire lost the contest for that land, and it went to the British.
Yes,
It was
with
not
imperialistic rule. But again, I don't believe that imperialism is a justification for land. I don't believe. And we need to look at that as absolutely disgusting for what it is. It's absolutely horrendous. That is not a justification whatsoever. And making a justification is in that favor is morally abhorrent. I think you should be able to agree with that. You're not going to argue for the moral justification of imperialism, right?
I don't think this counts as imperialism because the British.
You literally
didn't
just
set up
said that. Yes, that's what it is. It is that. What is this, dude? Jesus.
The land was donated. It was donated land.
No, we physically took their land. We stole it.
Okay.
We took it
But
by force, and we said that's ours now. That's what the nakbah is. This is why I asked you what. This is why I asked you what the nakbah was.
The nakbah was the physical removing of the people that were there.
Yeah,
But
we
what
killed like
created the
some
initial-
200,000 Palestinian people because we wanted the land because we believed that the Jews had a biblical right to the land. That's what we did. Absolutely
You're getting
horrendous.
lost.
A fucking nightmare that never should have happened. And it's the reason why that these countries are in so much turmoil with the United States and Jewish people. It doesn't surprise me in
Can I
the
add one tiny
slightest. It
thing?
makes perfect sense.
You can repeat it, but that's a sin.
What?
Because Egypt. Why didn't they continue onto Egypt? Because Egypt was sovereign. The land that they took over was donated. It had borders.
It wasn't donated. The nakbah is not a donation, dude. Come on, dude. We gotta move on. This sucks. Bumpy,
it's
Bumpy,
not a
you gotta,
land grab
Bumpy,
if
you're
there's
being a
borders.
douchebag. Come on, man. No,
but
dude,
it
we're
isn't-
not gonna agree on this, dude. We're literally talking about like the murder of innocent civilians, and you're acting like that this is perfectly okay, and you're acting all calm about it. This is fucked up, dude. It's really fucked up. It's happening to this day, and I'm gonna move on, dude. You are unironically making me sick to my stomach listening to you try to justify the fucking nakbah. Try again.
Have a good night, my friend.
Man. And according to Bumpy, right, and also the nakbah was totally justified because they were a nomadic people. Fuck off. Fuck off. That's a fucking disgusting thing to say. Two disgusting things to say. One right after the other. What am I supposed to even say about that? That's horrendous. Fucking kill me.
Either I'm going crazy with you, Amender, or your callers are getting dumber. I mean, I'm like, you're probably not allowed to say it because it's your stream, but I'll say it because I'm not a streamer.
You're on the line with 1stAmender.
Amender, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, it's Monday Night Raw, man.
You're not
having
going to
a
say
nice
something
night.
stupid, right? You're gonna be normal.
Well, that would depend on what you consider normal, because I'm going to argue most of the points you've made tonight.
Most of the points. The nakbah.
No,
You're not going
that
to
one.
fucking justify the nakbah, are you?
No, not
The
that
nakbah wasn't like, oh, they're just settlers. They don't deserve the land, right? The nakbah was an atrocious nightmare, Holocaust-like situation where we killed thousands of people on the basis of trying to create an ethno-state. That was a bad thing, right? We all agree.
I agree with you on that.
Cool.
I mean, don't
Thank
be mad
you.
at me about that one. Be mad about my next question. So, 1stAmender, I think the biggest problem you're having right now is that you have a different level of what you consider racist. I was thinking of the other day when you admitted that you were a bigot. And even though you said it, I didn't believe it. I thought that was just your white guilt talk.
I said it would be a bigoted thing to say. If I said a bigoted thing, then it would be bigoted. That would make me a bigoted person for saying a bigoted thing.
Okay, so are you a bigot?
I don't think I'm a bigot. No, I don't say bigoted
Okay,
things.
but you said a bigoted thing, correct?
I said it in the past. Then yeah, I would say that was a bigoted thing.
Okay, well, I was actually
I don't think I'm a
giving you
bigot
like
now
a
because I
homage
actively avoid saying bigoted things.
Well, yes. So since it was last week, motherfucker, that's quick as like, okay, we're not going to go there. What I was going to say to you was that
I didn't say anything bigoted last week.
Yes, you did.
What did I
Remember,
say? What was bigoted?
You made jokes about autism. But I'm not autistic. And then Bobo got upset about it. And so then when me and you talked, I was turning that point around just to tell you that.
Okay, fair
people
enough.
say
Yeah, I
things
shouldn't
who
say
aren't
that. I
bigoted.
agree. I shouldn't say that.
I agree. You shouldn't say that. But what I'm saying to you is that doesn't make you a bigot. What you were doing was being human right there. And you need to hold people to different standards. You like Bobo. You support him all the time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so does that make you a fucking bigot?
I mean, to say that, it is a bigoted thing to say. And I agree. I shouldn't say
are
those
you a
things.
bigot? So does that make you a bigot first?
I don't think it makes me a bigot because I actively
then that's
avoid
the
trying
same
to
point
say
with
stuff
racism.
like that. And if I make a mistake, I'm human. I'm a human. I make mistakes, but that doesn't mean therefore I have permission. Like, oh, I can say X amount of bigoted things. It's just try to avoid saying bigoted things. That's not a hot take. That shouldn't be a hot take.
1stAmender, how do you feel about white Christian nationalists?
I think that they're like the unironic destruction of society. I think that they will destroy our country as we know it.
Why do you think that?
Because that they will send us back to like the 1800s and half our workforce and cause the degradation of all the rights that we have fought for the past 100 years.
Okay.
They treat women as second-class citizens too, as well as minorities, black people, brown people, anybody that's not white.
People. Everybody's not white. Okay.
All those things.
1stAmender. All right. If I said all of those things, but I changed white Christian nationalists to Islamic Muslims, would that be racist?
No. I mean, if they're doing that, I'd be against that as well. Like, I don't know what is that argument?
Well, I'm just curious because I think that when people say they have problems with...
Listen, if Islamic people are doing that, I'm against that as well. You will find I am entirely consistent. I will blow the fuck up on an you should have seen how I was early on the Modern Day Debate Discord. There were a lot of Islamic extremists on that server, and they were awful human beings. I mean, they were arguing that, like, a woman is a woman.
They hated Jews. They couldn't even talk to Jews, remember?
Poon, chill. I was like, I remember like one of them was arguing that a woman is a woman after they've reached their period. Absolutely abhorrent, fucking disgusting human beings, right? And they're doing it on the basis of Islam. And I was like, dude, I am so fundamentally against this in every way, shape, and form that like you're a dangerous person and that nobody should talk to you or take you seriously. Don't worry. I talk to them the same exact way. If you will find that I am very consistent with people that are morally abhorrent. People who say and do morally abhorrent things. I think Christian nationalism is one of them. And I also think that extremist Islam is one of them as well.
Okay, cool beans. Now, since you feel that way, if I'm one of the people who doesn't believe in immigration because I fear that too many extreme Islamic people are coming into the country, would that be racist?
Yes.
Well, please tell me how that's the difference between what you're saying right now.
It can be taught out.
I'm against.
It can be taught. It can be taught out. You could teach. See, I don't. Just because I disagree with Islamic people.
Which people?
Islamic extremists. You could teach it out of people. Yeah.
Okay. If we could teach it
in
out
fact,
of
you'll
people,
find that you'll find Muslims in the United States. They're largely compatible with Western society. They're not as extreme as you would assume. Most of them just kind of want to live their life and eat some fucking shawarma, dude. Just fucking. They got some good food. I like their food.
Okay, stay on topic, sir. You just gave me a laundry list of...
Oh my God!
Wait,
I'm just saying that's how Muslims are.
Stop.
Muslims in the. I'm just saying Muslims in the United States are integrated. It's true, they are.
It's true, they are. It's because you say so. Anyway,
yes, they are.
You just gave me 1stAmender. You just gave me
There's
a laundry
thousands
list.
of Muslims in the United
You
States,
just
and it's
gave
like you're
me a
talking like
laundry
maybe
list.
one or two fucking
Sir,
Muslim
you have to
extremists
let me actually
fucking bombing
finish the
something.
sentence.
Like
Stop
it's.
it.
I'm sorry. Have you been to New York City? There's so many Muslims there, bro. There's a lot of Muslims.
I was born in New York City.
Yeah,
Stop.
it's nice.
Stop.
You like shawarma?
Am I pressing you too hard right now? Is that why you're getting irrelevant?
No, I gotta ban people.
Oh, go ahead, ban them.
Hold on.
Oh my God.
See anybody else? I think I'm good. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so you see we've had a couple of Islamic terror attacks in the U.S. in the last couple of days, right?
Yes.
Okay, so are you saying that any American who fears immigration from that demographic is racist because of those fears?
Yes.
But 1stAmender, you just sat here and said that these people in the chat room
it's the same reason why. It's the same reason why
no,
I believe.
Let me finish a sentence, sir. You were in the chat room. You said that these people said these reprehensible things. You gave a long laundry list. Why shouldn't someone fear someone like that being in their country? Now go ahead, please.
All right. They shouldn't fear that in the same way that you do not fear Christians just because that there are white Christian nationalists. It depends on the level of extremity. It's more towards the individual than it does towards the entire religion in and of itself. It is not logical to presume that if somebody does an extremist action on the basis of their religion, that therefore the entire religion is fucked. That does not logically follow.
Wait. At what point did I say, I was very clear. Islamic Muslim terrorists is what I'm talking about.
You said it doesn't make sense. You said it doesn't make sense. Does it make sense to fear that group of people?
Yes, that group of people.
And I said no, it doesn't make sense because you cannot attribute the actions of the individual towards the actions of the group of people. That's a stretch. That's not how that works.
1stAmender, you were telling Base that he was out of touch with reality, man. I don't think that you're touching reality right now.
What? Most Muslims are not going to commit a fucking violent action on the United States any more than like a white Christian, ethno-nationalist who's who's a Christian, that I attribute the actions of the white Christian nationalist towards all Christianity. That logically follows, AWOL. You need to acknowledge that.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does, AWOL.
No, it doesn't. And no,
How
I do
does
not
it
have to
not?
acknowledge that because you're
all
wrong.
right. So in
Your
order for
logic is
you to be
flawed,
consistent, you would have to look at white Christian nationalism the same exact way that you do Islamic people. Because there's a lot of white Christian nationalist shootings. A lot. More than you think.
Okay.
Okay, so
the
is all
last time-
Christianity to blame for that?
Well, I haven't blamed all of Islam, have I?
You're saying,
talking about
you
a
said,
group of
you said,
people.
is it,
No, I
stop,
went with the list
stop. I know what
I
you
went
said,
with the-
AWOL. You said, is it logical to fear them for that action? So yes, you are talking about the entire group of people. You are.
You're being deliberately obtuse right
Oh
now.
my God. Don't fucking
You
do
gave
that with
me an
me,
example.
AWOL.
You
You
gave
said
me an
it.
example of
You
the
said
very
it.
people
I
who you
just
think are
said
reprehensible.
what you
And
said
then when I talk
back
about
to
that group
you.
of people,
I am
you tell me I
not
shouldn't talk
being
about them.
disingenuous by me repeating what you fucking said.
You're ridiculous right now.
Oh my God, AWOL. I said exactly what you said back to you. How am I being ridiculous by saying what you said? And you said I'm being obtuse. I'm saying what you
Yes, you are. You're
said.
being obtuse.
Oh my God, we got to agree to disagree,
You're the one
AWOL.
who told- You
I
gave
feel
me
like
all
that
the
this is
reasons.
obvious.
You gave me all the reasons why someone should fear someone
AWOL,
like
you're
that
killing
living
me,
in this
dude.
country.
You should know this. AWOL, one more time.
1stAmender.
One more time.
One more time.
Okay, I'm gonna write it down. Right? Hold on.
Go ahead. Oh, and then, by the way, you're going to break down the racism part of this.
Okay. Did you say the question? Hold on. Is it logical to fear Muslims because of the recent terrorist acts that happened recently? Did you say that question?
Yes.
Okay. I would venture to say you believe it is logical, right?
Yes.
Okay. AWOL thinks it is logical. Okay. So let me ask you this. Is it logical to fear Christians because of the recent Christian terrorist acts that have happened recently in the news?
What Christian terrorist attack was there?
There are thousands a year.
Well, just give me one recent one.
There are right-wing extremist Christian nationalists. You can just
Give me
take my
one
word for it.
recent one.
I don't
That's
need
all
to
I'm
give you a
asking. Give
recent
me
one.
one
There's
recent
many. There's many.
Give me. Well, then, if there's many, then it shouldn't be hard to
Fine,
find a recent
I'll find you
example.
one. I
Give
can't
me a
think of
white
one off the top
national
of my head
Christian-
as if that
give
fucking
me a
matters.
white
By the way,
national
FYI,
Christian
right? You
terrorist
never
attack.
actually give me one. You actually never gave me one. You just said the recent
Okay,
one.
Mondami's. There was a protest outside of Mondami's residence in New York, and the extremists threw a nail bomb at the other protesters.
All right.
Well, actually, threw two of them. Did you hear about that?
Yes.
Okay, so now
Very
give me
sad.
an example
Very sad.
of a white nationalist terrorist attack.
Sure. I just have to Google it real quick.
Okay, well, while you're Googling that, the average person
The Michigan,
feels fear when they-
the Michigan synagogue attack. All right, now that we have a specific scenario, the Michigan synagogue attack.
and he was a white Christian nationalist.
Yes. So I'm going to ask you one more time. Is it logical to fear Christians because of the recent terrorist acts that happened recently?
I would definitely fear that Christian.
Well, you're pissing me off because I've
I don't
answered
give a
your
shit.
question directly.
I don't give a
Directly,
fucking
I've
shit.
answered your question. You are not answering my question
I just
directly, right?
answered your question.
That is
I
a
would
that is
fear
a
that-
that
I
is a
would fear
direct.
that
It
Christian.
is either
Yes,
logical
I would
or
fear
it is
that
not that
Christian
logical.
because
I
he's
didn't
unhinged.
ask you whether or not that
I
you
would fear
feared
anybody
that
who's
specific Christian, asshole. I didn't ask if it was that specific Christian, AWOL. I'm going to ask you the question one more time because you're not answering the question.
Calm down.
Answer it
Calm
genuinely. Answer it
Calm down.
genuinely. Genuinely. Do not obfuscate. Do not change what I said. I'm holding your feet to the fire because I know for a fact there's an inconsistency here. So I'm going to ask you, is it logical to fear Christians, not him, Christians, because of the recent terrorist acts that happened recently?
Yes, it would be all right to fear violent Christians. How about that?
Okay. No.
Whoa, don't you need,
Stop
you need
it.
to go get some more soda? Calm down.
Did your
Calm down.
question say, is it logical to fear Muslims or is it logical to fear violent Muslims?
I said violent. I said
No,
Islamic
dickhead.
Muslim
No,
terrorists.
dickhead. No,
Islamic
dickhead.
Muslim
That is not how that
terrorists. What
works.
part are you
I
missing?
wrote exactly
Oh my
what you
God.
said, and you're going to look back at this video and look like a fucking fool because you said, I asked you, did you say the question, is it logical to fear Muslims because of the recent terrorist attacks that happened recently? You said you think it is logical, okay? And so all I am doing is changing the word Muslim to Christian. Is it logical to fear Christians because of the recent terrorist acts that happened recently? Now, I didn't ask violent Christians. I didn't ask that specific Christian. I asked, is it logical to fear Christians because of the recent terrorist attacks that happened recently? Answer the question directly. Directly. Do not obfuscate. Well, do not obfuscate. Then answer it. Then answer it. Is it logical or is it not logical? Is it logical or is it not logical?
My example was Islamic Muslim terrorists.
Man, he is
Correct?
not answering the fucking question. It's
Because
either
you're not wording
logical
the
or
fucking
not
question
logical.
correctly.
Yes, I
You're
am.
not
I'm
wording it
wording it
correctly.
exactly how you said it. I wrote down what you said, AWOL, and you agreed that I wrote it down correctly. So no, I didn't say it incorrectly. I said it correctly. You are going to answer the question. You will answer this question. Is it logical to fear Christians because of the recent terrorist attacks that happened recently? Yes or no? Is it logical or not logical?
It seems like we seem to have come to an impasse. So I guess we're going to have to agree to disagree on this point.
Motherfucker! Answer the question! Answer the question! Is it logical to fear Christians because of the recent terrorist acts that happened recently? Answer! Is it logical?
I got to admit, your entertainment value is off the chain.
Is it logical?
I've already answered that question.
No, you haven't. You have not answered that question at all. You have not. I need you to answer it. Is it logical?
Sir, I've already answered that question.
No, you haven't, AWOL.
Move along first.
AWOL, you have
Move
not
along.
answered the fucking question.
Yes, I have.
AWOL,
Yes, I have.
you haven't.
Okay, in the chat.
You said specifically. No, I know what you said. You said specifically. I wouldn't trust that Christian. I didn't ask about that Christian. I asked about all Christians. And then you said I would towards violent Christians. I didn't ask about violent Christians. I asked about all Christians. So once again, you did not answer the fucking question. Answer it directly. Is it logical to fear Christians? Yes, I'm triggered because you won't answer the fucking question. You're being deliberately. Let me bring you back.
No, I'm not, man.
Disingenuous.
Yeah, come on now.
You're
You're gonna offend
being
me now,
disingenuous, Awol, because you're
Wow,
not
I'm shocked,
answering the
man.
question.
No, I'm not.
You
Move
are
on.
not.
Let's
Yeah,
move on
you're
to the
not.
next subject, man. Let's
Same
move on to the
question.
next subject,
Is it
man. You're just
logical
wrong.
to fear Christians because of the recent terrorist attacks that happened recently? Is it logical or illogical?
Repeating is not going to change it first.
So you're just not going to answer the question. All right, we got to move on.
I've
Good talk.
already answered the question.
Good talk, Awol. Good talk. We're done. We're done. We're done. You
Later,
won't answer
bro.
the question. You won't engage anymore. See ya.
Oh.
He doesn't answer the question. Am I insane? Please tell me y'all caught that on the Discord VC. You guys are all muted. Okay. That was a really good video. I think I might make a video out of that. But, so, all right, I'm going to take you through my logical pathway. So, I asked him earlier, is it logical to fear, well, I'm sorry, he asked me the question, is it logical to fear Muslims because of the recent terrorist acts that happened recently? I suspected he believed that it is logical to fear Muslims because of the recent terrorist acts. Lobster Lars just subscribed. Thank you very much, Lobster. Thank you very much. Wow. Wow. All right, let me try. So, he asked the question to me, is it logical to fear Muslims because of the recent terrorist acts that happened recently? Now, I assume the reason why he was asking this because he does think it is logical. And so just to clarify, I wanted to confirm, do you believe that it is logical, right? And Awol says he thinks it is logical. Okay. So under that basis, right, to be internally consistent without being racist, you would have to say, is it logical to fear Christians because of the recent terrorist acts that happened recently? And he needed an example, despite the fact he didn't even reference an example in his question. I provided him an example, the Michigan, it was the Michigan synagogue attack. That was by a white Christian nationalist. That whether or not he should fear Christians. And rather than him answering logically that it would be logical to fear Christians, which, by the way, I don't believe it is logical to fear Muslims because of a recent attack, nor do I think it is logical to fear Christians because of a recent attack, because it is not unto every individual that they would behave that way. I just have no indication that all Muslims would be that way, in the same way that I don't believe all Christians would be that way. I wanted Awol to acknowledge the inconsistency here, or if he was willing to bite the bullet. He did not answer the question. He obfuscated. He instead said, well, I would fear that Christian, but I didn't ask about that Christian. I asked about all Christians, because he did not offer that much charity towards all Christians. Oh, give me a second. Oh, shit. Hold on. Is my shit getting raided? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Let me block that real quick. Sorry, give me a second. Sorry.
What is going on here?
Oh, nasty. We got a nasty app. Hold on, I gotta lock the category. Give me a moment. Oh my god, I gotta stoop. There's a bot. Flash purge. User count 1000. User Steam cord. Sorry. It looks like I've got a some sort of a bot here that is.
Is this what the nakbah was like?
All right, so that's 65 messages. I gotta purge a bunch. Sorry, give me a moment. How did they invite a bot? That's wild. Hold on, give me a sec. I gotta go through these. That sucks.
Hello?
Oh man.
I've
You
just
know-
been trying to delete all the messages.
Yeah, no,
It's-
you want to purge. You have to
Boone
purge.
pinged me. And
Well, you were already here when I pinged you, but there's a few bad eggs focusing on Amender
Purging
today.
empty. Yeah,
So
disappear that.
I apologize for laughing, by the way, Amender. I'm just in such shock.
there's a few bad eggs focusing on Amender today.
Yeah, I mean that's what I have to say about it.
By the way, Amender.
Oh, that's Echo. I'm sorry.
I don't understand. Where the delete that post? Just gonna delete it. All right. God, that's annoying. Any other messages?
I don't know why, but I thought I could help delete it, but I realize I can't.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Sorry, just give me a second. Oh man, this is not good. I gotta lock all the text channels. Hold on.
What's going on?
Our server's getting hacked.
Hacked?
No, not hacked. It's getting raided.
Manage channels. Hold on.
It got raided, Orca, and then also there's people that came into whenever Amender was talking to call-ins on the thing, they would fucking come into the VC with a new alt account and then show like naked black people doing stuff with slurs being said.
Can you guys see the text chats?
No, I can't even.
Yeah, I just purged. I'm getting rid of it.
I still see some shit, but yeah, you have to click on it now. No, I don't. I still see a bunch of stuff, Amender.
Where? In the
In your side chat here. Yes, I still see all of it.
Well, this channel can get deleted pretty easily.
I'll just purge.
Yeah, you might just have to replace this channel, dude.
It's fine. I'll just purge any.
Oh, now it's gone. Okay, yeah. Also, why has Ben muted? Oh well. What's up, Magus? Didn't see you came in here. I'm gonna shut my mouth.
I thought we were gonna have fun, but nope, we can't have fun.
This is crazy.
Well, that was a real reach around. You're not streaming, are you?
I am streaming, but they don't see my Discord.
Okay. It doesn't seem like a particularly fun stream topic anyways.
Nah, just give me a sec. It won't take me long.
It's like, I guess today would have been the day to try LSD, but I didn't know this was gonna happen. Like, that would have been funny. Like, just... But, oh well.
have to figure out who just joined. Who joined the server? I know that
You should
person.
pause invites. I mean, I'm surprised.
I don't even understand how even you can even invite a bot in. How's that even possible?
It's because everybody, you need to make it to where not everyone has the permission to maybe add apps.
Nobody has the permission to add apps.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, then the bot is being used in a...
I don't even understand. Like, it's like an app, and so you can't, like, remove it. How did it make it into the server? Well, let me check this. Like,
Whenever this started, I was like,
pull up the,
hey...
Yeah, I have to pull up the audit log, how it got in here. Stop streamer mode. I don't need streamer mode right now. All right. All users. It's not a user. Let me see. Who invited that thing? Stream code? Stream cord? Let's see. When was it? Hold on. XX Katie made changes to the thread. 10:45 p.m.
Reading off what they did may not be such a good idea, considering you're streaming, and other people could come in your server and repeat it.
Hold on. Pull up the members. When did this person join? Yeah, it's like really weird how this user, they just kind of like made a change to a thread. I don't know what they did though. I'm just going to ban them. Let me see if I can figure out what happened. Yep. Yeah, this user XXKatie joined the server, made a change to something, and then left. Got a few members here. Came in, started some shit. Okay, well, they're gone. They can't join back. I already have their ID. Let me just grab this real quick. Sorry, guys. Okay, so they're banned. They can't come back. We got rid of that.
I'm pretty sure it was AWOL.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
He was so mad at that argument.
Yeah. I think I got... Did we get rid of all the stream cord stuff? I think we're done with stream cord. That's annoying. Sorry, the last bit of this had to be dealing with that stuff. I'm looking. Is there anybody else? Yeah, and by the way, Bobro, you may want to look at the mod help guide so you know how to purge multiple messages. Oh, no, it doesn't tell you. You gotta, it's /purge. It's okay, I took care of it. All right, so I think I can go back to editing the category and reopen it. There we go. Wow, that was spooky. I don't see any other messages. Do you guys see any?
No, it seems to be gone.
Yeah.
Like,
I took care of it. I had to go. To
you still
channel to
live?
do it, but yeah, I am still live.
Okay.
That sucked. Well, oh well.
I'll send some more. I'll send some more your way. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I promise that's a joke.
All right, everybody.
Has anything that bad ever happened?
Oh, it happens. It's nothing new. Nothing I'm not used to dealing with.
You know, I've seen crazy stuff, but not that. You know, I used to have an autistic friend I streamed that
Yeah,
more
well,
autistic
you
than
know,
me.
When people are douchebags, they like to do that.
No, but
Because
like
they, really at the end of the day, they don't have an argument. They just they basically go into like the right wing version of cancel culture. Unironically, like that is the right wing's way of cancel culture. They say a bunch of racist shit and then they report the server, and then hopefully they can get away with that. So if you're concerned about cancel culture, it's not the left that is going to fuck your day up. It's, by the way, for those who are not aware, my Discord was just raided by a bot that came in and then just put up a bunch of Nazi slogans and a bunch of gay sex all over my Discord. I've removed it. It's gone. I've banned the user that invited the bot. They're gone. And so I can take good care of it. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of an example of, for anyone who's aware of what cancel culture is, if you're worried about cancel culture on the left, I promise you the right will do it and then some. And it's a lot more disgusting than what the left is going to do. So it's really sad that people go through that rather than actually arguing topics or debating a topic. In fact, probably a good idea to report that user. Dino. Let me see here. Pull up my Dino action log and take a look here. I need to. Yes, of this user for 1000%. Oh, can't report her. She's not even in my server. Yeah. They come in, invite the bot, leave. That's horrible. That's terrible. Oh, well. What is this? Who's this person? One mutual server? Nowhere. All right. Well. Well. Let me see. We already got all the Shadow Temple stuff. We've only got 12 more Gold Skulltulas to grab. 12 more. Where's the next place that we need to go? Let me see. Spirit Temple. Yeah, Spirit Temple. Cool. All right, well, we know we got to do the Spirit Temple next. I've been having fun, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this. This was great. We're going to do more stuff. So our next step is the Spirit Temple. In fact, let's teleport there so I remember that that's where I got to go. Let's see. No, not that one. No. Okay. There we go. All right. Appreciate you guys joining in. Desert Colossus.
I love that. I
says
love the
good
way
night.
that
Good
they
night,
find
honey.
that temple.
Good night,
It's so
honey.
fun.
Good night, honey. All right.
Oh wait. Oh, I've got a cool trick to show you tomorrow, and I promise I won't be